Oh, fantastic, Retro. Right on the margin. Alright, I think actually when we left off last time we were in the middle of a dungeon. We haven't been so great about stopping stream right when we find a save point, so we're gonna go with this save state. Right, we were in this temple dungeon. Some pretty rough enemies when we get into those hallways there. We do have a new party member though. Play around with this a little bit and make sure everyone's topped off before each of the fights. We've got tons of items that we can use to heal people up, so I don't need to be stingy with them. They're fairly cheap in this game, even the items that you use to recover MP aren't that expensive. I think Vise can take at least one more hit. That's everyone, so they're at least above half MP though. Ah, you're doing the clearance thing? Andrea's about to do that dance. So I was talking to our friends Josh and Regina when we were at that wedding this past weekend. And they were talking about the whole process for getting clearance and how like there was a guy that showed up at their house to interview them about one of their friends who had recently applied for clearance. And
here goes!
The guy showed up, he had a little notepad, asked him a question and said, so, you know, where did you meet Chris? How much time did you spend with Chris? Has Chris told you anything about his history? And then Josh would give an answer, and the guy would check his notepad and make sure that the answer Chris said Josh should know was the same as the answer that Josh actually gave. So all kinds of crazy questions like that. One of them, of course, is that you know anything about Chris that can be used to blackmail him. Just stuff you wouldn't expect to have to deal with. It actually isn't terribly uncommon in some of these physics-like defense applications. There's Lambda Burst, that sounds great. Yeah, this game's pretty cool. But no, yeah, this is my first time playing. I'm enjoying it so far.
Fire and so far enemies! Lambda Burst!
It does some really cool stuff. I'll try to explain some of the unique RPG mechanics of this game. Really, there are two things that make it really different. There's the weapon color system and the SP/MP system. The weapon color, as you can see, all of my characters' weapons are purple at the moment, but I can just press a button before attacking that changes their color. It's effectively changing their elements. The elemental table in this game isn't like very strongly enforced. There's games like Final Fantasy where if you hit a fire enemy with a fire spell, you're gonna have a bad time because they're probably outrated into the. And this one is just a very small like boost or detractor.
Is it over already?
Do the color wheel correctly. So that's kind of neat that you can just change the overall, kind of look at an enemy, see what the element is, and change the color appropriately. The SP/MP system is what I'm a big fan of. Basically, every spell in the game only costs 1 MP, and as you can see, most of the party members have a very small, like, max MP count for that reason. But in addition to MP, spells also cost SP, which is a resource that grows with each passing turn in combat. You'll see when this battle shows up here, you should see an SP at the top of the screen. Yeah, so we start with 4 SP as the meter. That's driven by the combined spirit stats of the party members. Probably gonna cast some spells here. We will have Lena do it though, she's certainly better at spellcasting. Audio a little too loud. Let me see if I can adjust it a little, guys. Let me know if that's any better.
Move! Give me strength!
Should have turned it down a little bit better. Cool. Fire and ice are a bit stronger. Sure, so that's red and purple, right?
I'm gonna have to bring up the chart in this game.
But it makes it really interesting because there's some cool mechanics. Since everything costs 1 MP, like if you're able to afford, if you have enough SP to cast the more expensive spell, you should. It's going to cost you the same amount of MP. I think what the system ultimately does is it makes you more comfortable with using all of your resources in every battle, since SP generates from turn to turn and fight to fight. Whereas a lot of RPGs, your resource, SP-like resource, is something that carries over from battle to battle, so you get into the sense of like, oh, I'm not going to use any of my special abilities on just random fights, because I don't want to use up all of my resources. I might need to save them for the boss fight. Runes give me strength. The reason it probably stuck out to you is I think every character says it every single time someone casts a spell. Hoping to get some more purple spells, but they're not super crazy exciting. As an alternative, I might switch them over to learning silver magic. Right now, the mage character that I recently recruited has a raise spell, but unfortunately, raise in this game is kind of a step backwards. It's the Dragon Quest model. If you've played the Dragon Quest games before, then you know the resurrect spell in that game is called Zing, and it has a 50% chance to succeed. Of any spell in any game ever that shouldn't have a RNG role associated with it, it's resurrecting dead party members. Talk about a swing. Fortunately, it's not quite as like MP intensive as Zing is in Dragon Quest. Sometimes you can spend all of your MP failing to resurrect your party member 4, 5, 6 times in a row. It's not an uncommon experience. This is a cool little puzzle. That's cool. Oh, I screwed this up, didn't I? Can I reset this room? I have to try to reset the room. We should have rolled the 2 horizontal ones, and that one should have gone to the one all the way at the very end. Let's do that. Hey, Propagable, how you doing? I don't know if I can get this to reset. I guess worst case I could load state. I'm wondering if it leads to like a bonus. Yes, so that's actually, I guess that's the third thing, is that the battle system in this game is kind of similar to, so we leave the room and come back in, maybe that'll fix it. Aha, perfect. Kind of similar to Chrono Trigger. In Chrono Trigger, you can, your characters move around in real time on the battlefield, and then it influences whether or not you can do AoE attacks. These are actually close to each other. Some abilities will say that it hits the enemy and all enemies near them. Da-da-da-da. That wasn't as bad as I was worried it was going to be. Man, we're so close to being done with Zelda, it's kind of a bummer. Yeah, right? I can hear that. I don't really see much Dragon Quest in here at all. I mean, I doubt that it was in a vacuum. I'm sure that the creators of Skies of Arcadia have played Dragon Quest and know that that's the implementation that they went for. I also never heard anyone who says, oh man, you know what I love more than anything else? Zing in Dragon Quest. I can't even really get the, like what the zoomed out design inspiration for it is, other than this is just the way it's always been done since the very first Dragon Quest games. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for Souls. That's gonna be a lot of fun. And we'll play Zelda Wii U when it comes out. That's gonna be a I don't care, screw the schedule, we're playing Zelda non-stop to repeat it when it's released. Yeah, over in New Mexico, like 3 days ago, it snowed, and today it's like almost 70 degrees outside. It's crazy. I know that's like one way any people from any area of the world, except maybe California where the weather is always nice, can bond. Oh, you know, the weather in insert place. The only thing you can count on is that it's always changing. Some other such banal conversations there. MGS will be cool too. I think we'll do the MGS after Souls. That'll work. Can I hit these guys? They're kind of resistant to magic, if I recall. Try hitting them and see what happens. Funsies. Or they can just run away too, you know. Magic? Kind of your Cactuar type enemy, but they're way more common. It seems like they're all throughout the game, and they don't really give that much extra XP for finishing them off.
Over there.
Right. Yeah, not really. I don't know, man. Fire Emblem. I like this series, but it's like. It can be really rough with battles taking so long in general. I guess you can save as much as you want in that game. But I just don't feel super invested in the story of Conquest. Awakening I was excited about. There's this whole time travel thing going on in Awakening that was really surprising. I wanted to know what their plan was with that. When Bravely Second is done, that time will just go to other games. The idea is that Bravely Second's currently in a new release slot, and if there's not a new release, that makes sense for me to focus on streaming. Holy shit, I just got petrified twice. That's not good. I should pay attention to that more. Try doing a big spell cast. Hopefully we'll finish the spell
Give me strength.
We were doing Metroid Focus for a while. We beat all the Metroid Prime games. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's go ahead and do a Cutlass Fury to finish this guy off. What I'm curious to find out is whether Petrification counts when we're getting XP at the end of battle, because if you die, you miss out on XP. Hey Yahan, how you doing? Yeah, no, the 2D Metroids are, I don't really recall getting lost in any of them. Yeah, there's a couple parts in Super Metroid that you kind of have to have played the game before to know what to do. Like, I guess you could get stuck if you don't know what to do with the busting open the glass container. Alright, let's throw out some Sacred Crystals around. I don't have to buy more of those next time we go to town. They're fairly cheap, though. What's the story with Skies of Arcadia? The main character, Vise, is a sky pirate, but he's a not shitty sky pirate. He's from... look at the map this way. He's part of this group of pirates called the Blue Rogues. They're kind of like Robin Hood and his merry men. They only rob the rich. There's another group of pirates, Black Hats or something like that. Black Sky Pirates. That's the word color black in it. They're evil pirates. There's these 6 moons that represent different elements or above different areas. Like all of the
Over there.
all the land people live on are these floating islands. Don't really know anything about the surface. Kind of similar to the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword situation. The land that exists underneath the Yellow Moon, which is lightning, is the source of the Empire. They're very technologically advanced. They're up to some evil shit. They're actually kind of like cartoonishly evil, the Empire. I'm curious to see if they're going to go in a different direction with them. Yeah, there are these super weapons, as Serpent was mentioning, called Gigas, we just found out about. That we don't really know a lot about, but they're these big things that you can summon that are bad news for everybody. I think I got a weapon drop earlier from one of the enemies. Let me look through and see if I've got any gear to equip. Okay, I don't really give a shit about any of that. Warrior's Rune probably isn't going anywhere. It's really nice stats. Okay, that. And the Cutlass is the best thing I've got. I think the thing that I got as a drop was for her. Oh, it's the Stormwing. It's actually better than the item that was in the chest. It was a lucky drop, though. Ta-ta-ta. That wouldn't shock me. I do love the floating islands like setting trope, and especially Japanese fantasy. There's no reason to think that floating islands should. It's interesting that it's such a common like idea in fantasy because it's so cool. Yeah, that's a good question, Spiky. Yeah, there's this little side quest for mage character in our party. The little creature that she has is her weapon, and as you complete the side quest, her little creature can transform into different things. It's pretty cool, but her physical attack sucks. She does not hit hard at all. I should probably be a little bit more careful with... So, like, I'm still used to not using my special abilities all the time, and there's no reason not to. The SP just regenerates from turn to turn. I may as well have used someone special there and actually killed one of these things and not taken some laser damage. But now we'll do Cutlass for
Here goes.
Honorable Rogue.
That was fun.
Upgrade Purple Magic. We'll try that next time we fight them. Not really utilizing her for much. Get over my MP exhaustion anxiety too. Some stuff this game does differently from a lot of... Okay, this is going to be a standard puzzle then, huh? Stuff this game does differently from a lot of... Okay, hold on. JRPGs. Just from a story perspective, Vi is the main character is kind of unusual because he's not an orphan. His parents are both alive and pretty active in his life. His dad is a pirate captain. Pretty used to my JRPG protagonists being orphans, or if not orphans, their parents are bad guys. Interesting. He's still planning to do voice acting, right? He just doesn't want to do Joker anymore after killing Joke. Probably it's like rough on his vocal cords. Da-na-na-na. Now, according to the map, we've already been. Oh, never mind. I guess not. It must have been a map for the previous floor. Whoa! God, how does that work? This thing. Use those to upgrade my key items. It might just be regular items. Just gotta scroll down. Yeah, that's a ticket. Got a ways to go before it upgrades again. Increases max HP by 30. Usually I dump all of my, like, permanent stat increase items onto my main character. And I'm gonna do that. I was about to say I might put it on Fina since she's significantly lower than everybody else, but yeah, it's the one character I can probably count on having around for the whole game. Try doing this whole have Fina cast purple magic thing and see what actually does kill them. I think that purple magic is like AoE, it's proximity AoE maybe. Nice crit. Yeah, I guess you want to keep her from getting one shot. It's gonna be a problem increasingly, I think.
Move! Give me strength!
Oh, you're right. For some reason I thought it would not be. It's interesting that they went with targeting at like a color level rather than a per spell level. Like a lot of games will do that, where they'll have like, you know, Fire, Fira, Firaga, and maybe Firaga is the hits all enemies type. It's unusual to say that, okay, this element tends to hit multiple enemies. The special moves are SP only. Spells are both MP and SP. I kind of like it though. It's one of my favorite like recent game design developments. I guess it's not that recent, but you're seeing it more and more in games, is having both a short-term fast regenerating resource and a long-term maybe slow regenerating or not regenerating at all resource, like shields and health. I think it fits really well into an RPG. Summons the power of lightning to rain down upon all enemies. That sounds pretty sweet. How many SP does it cost? 14 epics. Mirror like Aura that develops Ixa'taka for one turn, restores 10 MP. Holy shit! We're getting that all day. I'm just curious what I'm not getting. It might be kind of nice to get the remedy spell, but oh my god, that's broken. She can just use spells every single combat now because I can keep her topped off. 10 MP is huge. Oh, that's cool. As you do more things correctly from a swashbuckling perspective. God, I mean... Duck! Yeah. For sure. Cooldown, putting things on cooldown instead of giving you a limited count or having an expendable resource, I think is one of my favorite modern game design mechanics. Potions in Diablo 3 do that now, for example. It's effectively the same thing, and sometimes it's actually more interesting. Like, you know, if you're going by count of potions, you can just quaff them as quickly as you like. Makes her invincible for the turn too? Oh my god. The 10 MP would be enough.
Here goes!
If you had simply done a decent amount of damage but not restored 10 MP, it would have been enough. If you had restored 10 MP but not made us invincible for the turn, it would have been enough. Yeah, I guess the reason count makes sense for Rainbow Six Siege is that the matches are fairly short, right? Right. So cooldown wouldn't make sense there. I'd like to have an infinite source of healing, though. That's the thing that I'm excited about. I don't have to spend money on this kind of crap anymore. Salon Mirror. Oh man. Boons protect me. Hey, Tasuki. That's pretty sweet.
Over there.
These guys are pretty resistant to magic, so casting spells isn't really gonna happen. Although we can do special moves to kill them too. Middle Aika. Nina's catching up. That's nice. Alright. You are now officially our healer. And among primary spellcasters. Yes, this is the GameCube version. These guys are Korea Legends. I guess it makes more sense for her to attack here, since Fina's physical attack is just garbage.
Yeah.
Nice hit. I'm getting pretty close to taking him out.
Here goes.
Oh, it's going on retro. I'm working on my thing. I got on the phone with Comcast retention yesterday and got someone who was not particularly friendly. But we've got a technician coming out tomorrow. I own my own modem. They're convinced that the problem is that it's my own modem, which worked fine in California, and something doesn't work in New Mexico. It's having a new problem out here. So I was like, okay, well, you know, bring a Comcast modem and I'll use it for, if the problem goes away, we know that is my modem. If it doesn't, you know, it's gone. So we'll see, maybe tomorrow we'll Silena's. Shit is it? Yeah, right? Because they want me to rent their modem. And I was like, okay, but you know, if I use your modem and I continue to have the same problem, I expect you guys to waive the modem rental fee. And like, we're not going to do that. Okay, well, you're not going to do it, but I will call somebody and it will happen. I just had something useful drop, didn't I? Oh wait, no, I was looking at the spell she just learned. Prevents target from casting any spells by silencing them. I don't know if that's going to be useful in the long run. That makes me less excited about purple further down. One of these days I'm just going to Google like what all the spells you learn are. It'd be good to know. This cool fireball is pretty sweet, right? Yeah, my modem's pretty much brand new. I got it last year. But if they want to think that's the problem, okay. Preemptive strike here, that's always exciting. May as well cast Mistral. Let's see the one on the other side.
Move! Give me strength!
I have to go through the troubleshooting steps. Another possibility is that the coax cable in the apartment is screwed up, which is possible. The guy that worked at the fiber company out here suspected that the cables were the issue with the fiber internet.
That was fun!
Yeah, gotta remember to switch. Well, I'll let Fina finish learning. We'll keep her on purple for a little bit. I do want to learn more silver magic, though. Hey, it's a save point. switch. Cool. That's pretty neat. That kind of did the opposite of what I was expecting. I was expecting that the water channels would make water come down. So there's a CM there. I gotta get closer to him now. It's up here on the side. Did you end up having to get? Did you have to get your landlords to make that happen, Yukupo? They mentioned that if it's a line issue, that I'd have to bug my landlords for it, but I'm sure that's fine. I will not hesitate. I need to get this thing fixed. It's seriously bumming me out. It's a line attack. Everyone attack for a turn normally. Ever use her land burst. Gotcha.
Take this! Yeah.
Salamander bite attack is kind of silly looking. It's like, bumps its head at you. There's only 3 left. Well, we can still use something.
Fire consume my enemies! Flame to burst!
Are these attacks elemental? Like, is that a red elemental attack? Or is it still based on the color of my currently equipped weapon?
That wasn't so bad.
Ba-da-da-da. Next battle. I think I can go get the GameCube exclusive BB thing here. Right. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Alright. This is a cute puzzle. I hear you beeping. This blue has to go first. Ah, but it can't. Interesting. Probably have to solve this puzzle before I can do that thing that's beeping right now. Alright, well... I can get both of those. May as well. Okay, that's what I was expecting was going to happen. Switch. So this one's got to go up next then to get them to alternate. Yeah, I can't think of very many single-player JRPGs where it really feels like the abilities like that are really, really balanced and a lot of thought went into, you know, since Aika gets an AoE attack, let's make it be a different element, since our main spell is red as well. It usually seems to feel like they're just like, okay, this would be a cool attack to give them. Like, especially in Skies of Arcadia, it seems like some of the SP costs are just someone just kind of pulled it out of their butt. It doesn't really seem to correlate to the usefulness of the skill. That's tough to do, though. That pretty much you need iteration and lots of testing to figure out the right way to do that. Can I not get to him? Oh, I think I know what's going to happen. Now I'm going to make the water come down, and it's going to turn the lava into obsidian, and I can cross. Yeah, and I guess that's part of the fun. It's the whole, why do they still print bad cards in Magic the Gathering? Because it's part of the fun of an RPG like this is figuring out which abilities are trash, which ones are good, and sticking to the good ones. Nintendo's done some pretty big stuff at E3 in the past. I stopped giving a shit about E3 about the time that PAX became a thing. That was the whole point of PAX, is like, we want to make E3, but actually for gamers and not for journalists and industry insiders. Do we think Search the City is the worst card in Magic? I think it has to be exactly 13 life. It is interesting to think about that there's a real joy in figuring out that a strategy is bad. Ever played, there's a card game called Dominion that kind of tries to recreate the experience of drafting in Magic. Really, really good game, but one of my favorite have people over board games. Can we get to it from here? Get to be right under it, probably. Oh my god. Such a wonderful sound. What a wonderful sound you've discovered, Buzz. Oh my god. It's directly above me. How about now? Oh, thank you, game. Being kind. Anyway, I bring up Dominion. Everybody who plays the game kind of goes through the same stage. When you first learn how to play it, there's a card you can use. You can only use one action per turn. You can play one action card per turn. And there's a card you can get called Village. It says +1 card, +2 action. So it lets you draw an extra card, and it lets you play 2 additional action cards if you have them, right? But it sounds pretty cool, because that means that you can more safely buy more action cards, because you can use your villages to do as many actions as you like in a turn. But what people end up doing is they'll buy a shit ton of villages, and they'll have a turn where they'll just do village, 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 village. And nothing has happened, right? They just keep drawing into their villages, and they're not actually doing anything productive with their turn. But it feels exciting because you're drawing a lot of cards, you're doing a lot of things. You're not actually progressing towards beating the game, though. I missed a chest back by the puzzle room. Let's see if the dungeon kicks me out after this boss fight. Was it like a moonberry or something important, Spiky? I really like this boss music.
Yeah. Here goes. Over there.
Sulfur gold, okay. Let's see if it lets me sneak back. I could also just die in this boss fight, but it doesn't seem like it's as hard. Oh shit, okay. That happened. Curia... Can I press a button? Okay. All adverse effects, except for encounters.
Moons, give me strength.
Yeah, if I need to work on Twitch stuff, the worst possible thing I can do is watch somebody else's Twitch stream. In the future, we want the prevents petrification for this fight next time. It's Epsilon Mirror probably makes her immune to status effects too, right? Would be pretty sweet if it did. Curia Crystal on buys.
Moons, protect me!
Volcanic blast. Holy shit. Ow.
Let's try this.
Help a bit with some of the healing we're gonna have to do next turn. Zachary on yourself. This is a nasty fight. She doesn't have a traditional heal spell. We can just use it. So let's not bother with it. Let's just use the item. I think they're exactly the same. Sock Rest is probably worth doing. On her too. Full health. I've got a bunch of them. High potions. Ooh. Well, there's a decent chance we'll die. Oh my god. 2 volcanic blasts in a row? Holy shit. Alright, well, we're gonna die. That's okay. I'm tempted to just load here. I think I should probably just load. Let's do that. I did just save. Womp womp. Because you lose a lot of initiative when you spend turns carrying people at petrification. I think I have some items, at least. Hope I have at least one item that makes you immune to petrify. Winking one eye and crouching on the ground, Tazuki. Alright, let's see. I'm trying to think of a game I've played where consistently, like an NPC or somewhere in the dungeon, there'll be a hint that's like, hey, you know, the enemy likes to petrify or something, or you don't just have to go in the fight and then die to find that out. Attacks against stone. We might actually have more than one of these. Let's make Fina immune to it for now. Thought I had 2. Totally have 2. Fantastic. Is that actually just a flat upgrade? Upgrades against silence. Yeah, alright. Okay, so Vise will potentially get hit by it, but everyone else can be okay. We can also top everyone off next time, too. Oh, I was trying to get her to block, since the boss, like, petrified the other 2 characters in the previous 2 turns, I was wondering if maybe he just alternated which character he targeted with it, so I was trying to avoid getting her petrified so I could use the next turn more effectively. Yeah, I hear you. Right, it's really immunity that turn. Still wasn't the best use of the turn, but I know a little bit better how he behaves. He's got a big AoE attack. Secret chests. Maybe probably accessible from here. Maybe not. Maybe I have to go down in the lava and walk somewhere else in the room. Yeah, so the MP numbers are low because in this game every spell costs exactly 1 MP, but it also has an associated SP cost. And SP in this game is a resource that regenerates from turn to turn and battle to battle. So you're always investing the same amount of effort into casting spells at all. And on top of it, you spend SP. Past the entrance. Entrance to this room. Really? This is a dead end. Is it that thing at the end of the hall? That looks like just a wall. I thought I walked down here already. Oh no, that's totally a chest. I see it now. Thought it was just a design on the wall. Actually, I expected there was a chest there when I was walking down that line. Like, looks like that's a place where I would put one. What's up with this dude? Zivilyn Bane? This must be a scripted encounter for approaching the chest, huh? Since there weren't any other fights in here while we're walking around. What's this dude doing, chilling in here? I might want to actually try to get green up. I'd like to get people to learn the level 2 healing spell. Ouch. Counterattack there. He gets a counterattack.
Here goes!
Cutlass Fury should finish him off, I think.
Cutlass Fury!
Is that whole holding your sword backwards thing? I think Ahsoka does it on Star Wars Clone Wars.
Thank the moon.
There's the dude from the Force, what were they called? The Starkiller guy from the Star Wars games. He also holds his sword like that. I don't know if that's an actual, like, realistic, effective style of holding a weapon, or if it's just looks cool. Rune of Illum. Let's see what it does. Just a sellable item. Valuable treasure. Sought by the guy who was guarding the chest. Okay, I see. That's cool. Sort of like how dual wielding isn't really a realistic way to fight. It looks cool, but like really all you're doing with the second weapon is using it as a parrying object. Yeah, I forget the guy's first name. Starkiller. I never actually played those games, but they were pretty cool though. Get in their battle to get her MP back. Do it real quick. Maybe we'll get a little more XP. I see. It definitely looks cool.
Take this!
Parrying dagger. Like a wakizashi, I guess. Use defend for a turn. Kill the guy. Yeah, holding guns sideways is another one. I don't know if you guys know of other, like, things that they do in movies and video games all the time because they look cool, but there would be a really stupid way to do it in real life. Oh man, that's a bummer. Counterattack is I'm not getting enough SP to heal. I'm gonna do one more fight here. Like a stiletto or a sai. That's what sais are supposed to be, right? Like Raphael's weapon, they're supposed to be a parrying object. We're not really supposed to use them to stab people with, like Electra does. Incredible. Buffing the salamanders, man. That's super rude. Alright. Glad we went with defend command. I'm gonna just killing them all through counterattack and everybody gets a chance to restore her MP. Probably should have had at least one person do focus last turn, and we could have done it now. No whammies, no whammies, no counters, no counters. God, could this salamander walk any slower? Oh, god damn it, Vise. Alright, we'll do focus next time. We're getting some XP, it's not a waste, but...
That was easy.
Womp womp. You're easy. Mika's got Rise. It's exciting. Switch green. Interesting. I'm not sure if I like that the Magic XP is totaled based on everyone's color choice and not just the individual character's color choice, if that makes sense. I guess it's an extra option, so I shouldn't complain about being able to do something I couldn't do before. But what it makes me do is it makes me go, okay, well, you know, this character has all of the silver magic I want, but I still want to keep them with the silver weapon so this other character can learn the silver spell faster. So I feel like I tend to have a party that's all sharing the same color, but I think that's just my craziness. It's better to have an option than not to have one, in many cases. Even Fina's on the counterattack business over here. She doesn't one-shot them. Pyrynn. Little salamander's like, runes, give me strength. Duh. I was raised by a cup of coffee. Duh. When I was born, my legs were just long enough to reach the ground. Oh, I look like Hamsar from Hamsar. No, I'm just trying to get Fina's magic back. Oh, that happens when they fail to cast a spell, I see. I had 3 battles pass without having enough SP for her to use the ability that gets her MP back, just because I was getting unlucky with Vise counterattacking and killing the enemies before I could cast it.
That was fun.
Magic? Maybe? She gets Sacri. Oh, I'm so close to learning another green spell. No, it's okay. We got what we came for, and that was slightly more MP. I'll top everybody off with items. We'll save again and we'll do this fight. Maybe that happens when they run out of MP, since he had already cast a spell earlier in the same combat. I guess. Probably not going to use all 9 of Ayika's MP in the battle, but so I could have had her cast Sacri instead of using the items, but whatevs. Yeah, maybe it's that loopers always have, or have a very small amount of MP or something. Magic? Alright, boss fight attempt number 2. This time with petrification immunity. And that's pretty much everything that's different from our last attempts. Let's see. These red elements, alright. Come back purple for today. Cast Crystallis. And he missed. Oh man, a lucky opening to this battle is attacking the one character that we really don't want him to attack.
Move! Give me strength!
Oh, moons. Super weak over here. Oops. So them all cast Crystallis. Just curious, like, what that looks like. Oops. Hey, Vihan. How you been? How was your Thursday/Friday treatment? Critical hit. Ow.
Moons, give me strength.
Hey, Propagable, can you remind me, like, what country you live in?
Move! Give me strength!
This isn't a bad use of their turns. Context-sensitive boss music. Changes when you get them below 50% health. Pretty cool. I'm gonna drop a Sacred Crystal on myself, and y'all are gonna... Oops. Just do this. So let's switch their weapons back to green. I want the green XP. Guessing that their weapon color doesn't influence their spells at all. Okay, turquoise color.
Move! Give me strength!
Haha, Andrea was right.
Move! Give me
I think you've mentioned it before. I won't try to do a New Zealand/Australian accent attempt. But I've been saying propagable all along. It's a very American way to pronounce it. And we got lucky there, he didn't get petrified. Man, today is our day, apparently. Keep them on Crystallis duty.
Move! Give me
Physical
strength!
attacks and magic XP, I see. Yeah, it's pretty cool, Sneakers. I like myself some dynamic game music. Even if it's just as simple as getting the little drum beat that gets added when you ride Yoshi and Mario. This fight went a lot differently on our second attempt.
Move!
Should have anticipated from you saying good morning when you tune in. Usually people in Europe are far in the future. But you could have been in like the Philippines or Japan or something. Four magic XP. Pretty cool. What do we get? Alright, Ika's got Sakura's. Perfect character to have it too. We can use it for out of combat healing. I could have turned around, but that's cool. Old boss turns into a bridge trope. Right, let's go save. No, I don't think so. I think she just, I don't know, lucky guess. I'll have to ask her. Whee. Oh, like Phoenix Downs. Now, does the item actually cast Zing? Like, does the item itself also have a 50% chance to fail? I think I may have used one in a fight earlier, actually. No, I think it's the better version of the race spell. It's like Kazing or whatever. It's 100%. That might have been it, Propagable.
Wow!
These are the things that to be used to summon the Gigas. Oh, crap. Stream died. If you're watching on YouTube in the future, you know this song and dance. I think it's been happening since I started playing Skies of Arcadia. We are having connection difficulties. And we should be back. Hopefully something we can get worked out tomorrow. Comcast is coming out. Power enough to control one of the Gigas. So these are the crystals that can control the super weapon. So I want to know what's going on with the old world. They clearly had some pretty bitchin' ancient technology. There's another pretty common JRPG trope. I don't see as often in Western fiction. I'm trying to jump to some Western fiction that has like the ancients having crazy technology that's lost to us today. Oh, is this Venus theme? Over my dead body. Dude, they're gonna summon the Gigas all day. There's no way we're stopping them from summoning it. I'm gonna call it right now. We're gonna collect like 5 out of 6 of the crystals, and then they're gonna kidnap Fina or some shit. And we're gonna have to bring the 5 crystals to them to get her back, and then they're gonna summon the Gigas, and we're gonna fight it, and it's gonna be awesome. One of these days, they're gonna do a game where they're gonna have like a Chekhov's gun kind of giant monster that you just never see it because you do a good job and you stop them from using it. It would have to be like a Watchmen-style trope subversion, like, except on the part of the heroes rather than the villain. Like, you really think I'm gonna bring the 5 crystals to you so you can summon this thing? No, fuck you. Don't be a Republic serial villain. Gotta collect all the crystals. It's 1 out of 6. Oh right, Dancer Lady brought us out here. So glad you're alright. Did you find the moon crystal? It's probably a bad idea. This is a bad idea. Don't let her look at it. Oh my god, take it back from her. God damn it. Do you guys know anything? Naughty? There's the Vise O-Face. Why would you show it to her? What possible reason would you have for it? Ugh. Dang it, Bobby. Belleza. Yes, it was all a lie. Yes, Fina. Oh wait, maybe not. I guess we're not going to collect the 6 things. Did have a crystal thingy, and we gave it to the NPC lady who brought us here, who turned out, surprise, she's a traitor. She actually works for the Empire. Not at all. Red Gigas Recumen. As bearer of the Red Moon Crystal, I command you to awaken and do my bidding. Of these three in your hands. Can we get an immediate boss fight? Yeah, it's 2 Viso faces. Check one here. Summoning Ifrit, I mean Recumen. I think that he's actually probably a little bit sweeter than Ifrit. Let's get out of here. No, let's fight him. We got this. No big deal. I'm actually not sure if our characters can handle a Gigas. It's not like Bravely Second, where the very first thing that happens in the game is you have a boss fight, where the boss hits you for 9,999 damage and takes 0 damage from all your badass characters, and the very next scene, the main character is like, let's go fight that guy again. Like, what? No. That's a terrible idea. Let's not. Vi is showing some sense over here. Destruction God thing. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Gotta go. You know what would be a great thing to do right now? The 2 characters that have goggles. Put your goggles on in the sandstorm. I guess Vice has his on. He just closes it. Look how happy he is. Big smile on Vice's face. Yay, Drachma to the rescue. Mono goggles pretty cool looking though. The sand's getting in his mouth. Hooray!
Heya!
That sounds really cool, Propaganda. Godspeed. The more anxious you are and the more readily visible a threat is, the more attention you give to the threat. Doing like an immediate threat of physical harm or like more generic threat? That's always getting me into trouble. Oh wait, we're actually gonna do a ship battle against it? That's cool. I do like the ship battles in this. Yay, Drachma's back. Dudes, in and out, in and out. Stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. It's freaking Catholic Mass over here. Guessing we need to be concerned about those little red squares. Don't get any S cannon options here. It's pretty wild looking. But it's still walking on a floating island, not on the surface. I don't know if we're gonna get to go to the surface in this game. I'm not sure we're gonna even get a chance to use our S cannons in this one. Attack. Oh, that's evasive action for the turn he's going to attack us on? It might be. Red Ray. Ow. Oh, okay. It's not game over. I was wondering if he was just going to one-shot us. One more hit and we're done for. I don't know what y'all are talking about. We got like 5 hits left in us. Calm it down. It's fine. Oh, this costs less SP. That's useful. You know, we'll go ahead and Zachary. Seems correct. And then Dragma can go right again. Is any, like, in ship battles, are certain characters better at guarding than others? Oh god, this guy has a shit ton of hit points. Oh, the 3-inch cannon keeps firing once you shoot it? Like, can you explain what you mean by it shooting multiple turns in a row? This is my first time getting to use it. It leaves like it's like a dot effect, I guess. Later, Vihan. Good luck with your call. Try it next battle. Should be right before. Oh, I see. That's cool. Gotcha. But only one person can use it for that turn. I see. I mean the turn before it fires, right? I don't have to shoot it on the same turn. Maybe I do have to shoot it on the same turn. Oh, I pressed the button all the way over. That's as far as it would let me extend it. I could try being smarter about it so that it... Yeah, that's as far as it'll go. That way it'll still be shooting him on his turn, and we can still use a defend action then. That's kind of the goal here. Yeah, good for calling that out. I don't think I would have known that that was a possibility otherwise. I remember if the game told us. We'll see if that second attack is good enough to throw it off. a message that it was disrupted at all. So I guess I just have to have a regular shot off on it. I won't get the advantage of evasive action. Oh, I can use the S cannon now. Fantastic. Okay. 15 spirit points, that's right. We don't want to do that. We want to do range cannon here. And we want you to do... Actually, let's just do Aspect Guard. It's kind of pointless, isn't it? Focus, that's less pointless. Zachary and the last turn. That'll distract him enough. Maybe it's the S cannon that we need to be able to disrupt his charge up move. I think he charges up the turn before it goes red, so we get a chance to interrupt him, I think. We'll find out.
Cannon, fire!
Well, it's significantly more damage, still not denting his hit points. I'm guessing it's just a question of needing to dodge its laser. There we go. It has to be a normal cannon fired on the same turn then, I assume. So I haven't been doing that. Knocked it off balance, but did no damage. Oh, it's a certain, like... Do you need to have a secondary cannon in order to be able to do enough damage in this? Oh man, we should get a cable and pull a Hoth on them. Get a second 3-inch cannon. Can you get completely stuck if you didn't buy one, or do you just have to wait until the S cannon becomes available? Right. Because you could hang out for the harpoon and just keep yourself healed and just take forever. Great. This one we're not dodging. We can heal next turn. Try to keep saving up more for their harpoon. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. It's been worse. No XP. You can't actually kill it there even if you try, right? We can go kill Belleza. Yeah, what happens if she dies though without giving it a final command?
Let's go.
Meant to be unwinnable. I couldn't tell if its hit points were slightly going down. Yeah, that would be kind of crazy if you could actually like outlast it. Ram into the Gigas? No. No, Vice. Yeah, I mentioned this in a previous session, but it's one of those games where you have the illusion of choice. You know, there's two options, and one is the correct answer. And most RPGs just have it if you pick the wrong answer, the game will just make fun of you and unfortunately pick the right one. This one at least has a swashbuckler rating. That there's an in-game mechanic that kind of compels you to pick the right choice. So if they're gonna give you false choices, they may as well have a system involved with it that rewards you for role-playing as the character. This will go much better, I think. She's got all the MP. Right. You jump off, and you jump off. Everybody sacrifice yourself, but not really. I think it's like they retconned a lot of that in the Final Fantasy IV remakes, right? I guess some of them actually end up coming back. You're pretty sure that, like, Edward went down and Yang and Sid. Need some folks singing the Hymn of the Faith. The airship battles in this game are pretty cool. They're similar to the normal, like, turn-based battles, but you can decide what order you want everyone to act in. I like that. God, 3 attacks in a row? Die. I hope not. That's a bit of backtracking. We'll see. We can make it to casting Sacras, we'll be good to go. This thing is definitely way more dangerous than the Ancient Death. I thought Spiky was just kidding. Yeah, but it shouldn't be stronger than the, like, nuclear weapon. Oh, it's interesting that torpedoes take like a turn to hit, I guess. See more skills after that. Take that into account next time. There we go. Full health. Be extra special careful about healing every turn with Aika. You can evasive action all day, buddy. Try and get behind her ship. try doing that next time. Another round of big hits, okay. Well, it'll be a round of building up SP. Yeah, so I can cast Anchor on that ship. I'm not worried about it just yet, though. Repair kits are the same as Sacri. That's not so bad. That's a lot of hits, so Sacri would have been enough. We could have saved a little bit more SP. Let's see if it gives me another option to try to sneak around here. Shit. I thought waiting to see was to be the right choice. I guess let's do the super cannon next turn. Yeah, I'll go ahead and cast Rokwyrm. That seems fine. I'll try just casting regular old Sacri this time with Drachma. Alright, so it about halves damage if you use evasive action. It's good to know. Sacri should be fine. Oh, really? You're gambling when you pick? Oh, I see. I thought it was trying to tell me, like, don't do what you did in the last fight, which is constantly try to get behind him. She'll figure out what you're trying to do. I forgot Rokwyrm was also defense boost, so that was just attack. Good look at him. Oh, it Rokwyrm itself. Fantastic. Still don't have a way to remove buffs from enemies, I don't think. Completely unexpected, huh? Is it gonna work? Thank God. I was starting to get a little worried. Alright, we've got tons of... So maybe we want to fire it here. Do standard cannon here. We're gonna do defend here. That's a decent hit. Get it. Target lost. Alright. I went through the icons next time we get into battle. Basically, green means that you're safe to attack. Yellow means the enemy is going to attack on this turn. The thing that looks like a spear is the harpoon cannon, which is really big damage if you can land it. But you have to use it on that specific turn. The C icon means that you'll do extra damage if you attack on this turn with a normal weapon. Excuse me. Ooh. A bunch of new shit. It's exciting. One shot, one kill. You're pretty close to dying in that. I'm glad it didn't. Yeah, I imagine so. There is that round where she attacks us 3 times in a row, and if I hadn't been guarding up to that point on each round, if I had like tried shooting, we would have died. We were 1 hit away from going down.
Yay!
Yay! I had to shoot this. You think so? Why? What makes you think that, Vice? What evidence do you have about Belleza that she wouldn't sacrifice her crew? Yeah. We ended up being okay though. Gigas. We have called off the Gigas. We are making an emergency landing. Yatta! Yeah, I think it's just the 1 disc on the GameCube. Was it 2 discs exactly on the Dreamcast? You are far from winning the war. There are 5 crystals left. Fool me once. We got a saying down in Valua. Fool me once, shame on you. Won't get fooled again. Yeah, I've noticed that. Especially when there's like windy sound effects, you can tell. Green crystal Ixa'taka. We're gonna take stuff from your ship? Yeah. Our ship's life support is broken, but our engines work. Our ship's engine's broken, but our life support works. Wait. If we use your life support and our engines... Stop, you're talking in circles. That O-face, Kevin. Only those who have walked through the desert can truly know its size. Nope, sucks to be you. We're being remarkably nice to this lady who, like, almost unleashed a nuclear weapon on the world. Yeah, it's funny, retro. This game has some really good, like, cinematography in the cutscenes. It's probably one of the earliest games to really focus on that. Because you think about, like, even, like, Final Fantasy IX, not a lot of, like, camera cuts when characters are interacting. They definitely did some animations, had the characters jump around, but they'd usually stay still on the screen. And, you know, with FF9, it's because there's pre-rendered backgrounds, but even then, you could do some custom backgrounds for scenes like this if you wanted to. I call AAA. The Arcadian Airship Association. You tell her, Vise. The comms are tied to the engine. Yeah. I guess that's where Final Fantasy 7 through 9 pretty much relied on FMVs. like in-engine cutscenes. Actually, Final Fantasy XIV is crazy impressive, the shit they do with in-engine cutscenes. It's insane. It's a level of attention to detail they absolutely don't need in MMO, but it definitely improves the story experience. Fire cannonballs charged with magical energy. Use up MP like normal magic, don't go too crazy with it. Okay, that's cool. It's still an era when everything was pretty questionable, it sounds like. Wait, I'm confused. Oh, I see what I'm doing here. Change that, makes sense. Wait, is magic cannon, like, not something that I have to equip, I guess? Just something that's always on? No, I can cast spells. Oh, it just lets you cast spells that are offensive, like Crystallis and the like. Okay, that makes more sense. Let's go ahead and save, since that was pretty tough. Stranded in the desert. No big D. I found a ship. I found a ship. Whoa, it was a battleship. Oops. Presumably. Is this the pirate ass hat that we pissed off before? So we probably should have gone somewhere to like rest and get our MP back. So this time, let's do charge. And do some 3-inch. Oh, 3-inch blaster. I didn't realize it was different from 3-inch cannon. Oh, there's just generic ship battles? I didn't realize that they existed. That makes sense. They never appear as random, though. You'd see the ship when you bump up to it. Yeah. There's no named person, there's no one who's wearing really a fancy costume that we're gonna take, the Asterisk Bearer. One of these days I'll play a video game that has an NPC character that has a really elaborate costume and a fancy name that's completely unimportant. I'm trying to think if there's a video game equivalent to... Have you guys heard this thing that Raiders of the Lost Ark, if you removed Indiana Jones from the movie, like the story would progress in exactly the same way? It doesn't really influence the plot at all. Maybe Vaughn from Final Fantasy 12. Just kind of there. Pirates a thing or two. Alright, that's not too bad. Of course. That might actually kill him. Alright, everything else is just kind of delaying the inevitable. Yeah, it's my first time playing it at all, let alone trying to finish it. How far have you got? Like in terms of like number of crystals found. It's a decent progression metric. Last force switching, what do you mean retro? I'm sorry. Just to clarify. Oh, you're talking about where it gives me a dialogue option? I've had that happen in a lot of JRPGs, Kel. Like, off Twitch, I'm a pretty big completionist, so if a game has a big end game, I'll usually get to the last dungeon and spend a bunch of time like looking around trying to finish it, and then tire or play a different game and never actually finish it as a result. Wandering Lake, that's pretty cool. Guess I already found it. Really want to go get to a town and heal. Oh, that's a bummer. So now we've got enough SP that people can go multiple times here, which is cool. Who has the second fire? She does. Probably use it most effectively. Let's see if that's enough to kill them.
Give me strength!
They just self a little bit less. I'm sure there's a way to farm for like money, so probably not the end of the world.
Thank the moons.
There's a town Marstead. Marumba. Yeah, it kind of sucks when you feel like you have to read through an FAQ for missables. I like it just kind of playing through a game without worrying about missing stuff. Oh man, look at all this cool stuff. Paradise, kind of the green moon far to the west. Cool. Actually, I might talk to that secret merchant guy and see if he has anything interesting worth picking up. That's the kind of place where, like, playing it on Twitch is especially relieving to me, because I don't feel like I have to find everything. Hit percent, will, and quick. That sounds great. Let's grab one of those for Drachma. We'll get rid of the petrification resistant accessory that's less necessary. Yeah, and some games are more friendly to that, like Lost Odyssey is a game I can think of that makes it so you can always 100% it. There's no permanent missables. I think that some kind of solution that doesn't affect the narrative, like if you miss things, have them show up in an auction house at the end of the game that you have to pay an exorbitant price for. As long as they're not doing something like the, oh god, what was it, Final Fantasy 12, the one spear, in order to get it, there were like 4 random chests that you weren't allowed to open for the entirety of the game. There's no way you would know not to do it unless if you were reading a guide. It was pretty awful. Hit percent, attack power. You had to protect against silence before. I think I'll take this. Should be good. I might actually keep the Gem of Fluidity for her. Protection against silence would be nice though, since we haven't fought anyone that uses it. I'll keep Gem. Yeah, right? Just causes anxiety just thinking about it. And I get it, you know, there are some games where you can't make things unmissable without ruining the story. If part of what you're trying to do with the story you're telling is that you want a town to get destroyed, like necessarily, you could either set up that town so that there are no chests, no things to find, and then it's really conspicuous to the player, like, huh, I wonder if this town's gonna get destroyed. Or you can set it up so that the items that were in the chest can be found some other way, but that requires a lot of extra work on the development side. Or something a chunk of your player base might not even run into. Yeah. I don't think you could actually 100% Final Fantasy IX, right? Because the time limit for FF9 is so aggressive that you wouldn't be able to get some other permanent missables on the way. I'm curious if it's been done by someone like really pushing the limits. Go. What, you mean sleeping at the inn doesn't heal my ship? Ship is so sleepy. Yeah, me neither. Oh really? It's been routed. That's cool. I guess you pretty much just have to watch for the stuff that's missable to make it happen. This guy's got pretty cool glasses. Larso claim. Rupee Larso. Oh, I guess sometimes the wanted list isn't a ship battle, or maybe we'll still... Let's go get on our ships and fight each other. Yes. They're going with the Dragon Ball Z Batman vs. Superman. Let's go to an unpopulated area. Like, what are you going to destroy? You're just going to be attacking each other. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if there's like RNG manipulation. I think that most of the items you can steal from boss fights in FF9 you could obtain by other means later, like shops and chests, but I don't remember if you can get that goddamn flute from the Gigas boss. We didn't end up stealing it on Twitch, but whenever I played that game at home, I usually spend like 2 hours on that fight just hitting the steal command over and over until I get the flute. I am not Rupee Larso.
What?
Doddy. I wonder if Supreme Leader Snoke is going to turn out to be really, really small. So many Loquyrms.
Prepare yourselves!
Oh, I'm prepared. How not to enjoy a video game. Yeah, some speedruns feel like that in general. Let's go and take out Barda first. They're both red. These will be purple until we take one of them out and get distracted green for the XP. Let's see what we're in for here. Way to have something that doesn't visibly change color. Oh, the bounty fights scale to your level. That's nice, I like that. I feel like quests like this that you could miss, pretty important to have them scale. I should probably get on this Rokwyrm train here. We got a pretty good chunk of hit points. I did save before coming here, so if we die, it's nothing but world. Zachary on Rokwyrm. He doesn't have it yet, does he? Just do a oh, he can't focus? Why not? Is there a reason why he can't use the focus command? Feel like a status effect or something that blocks it? I don't recognize. He can't generate SP at all. That's a inflicted status effect. You can remove it with like a remedy item, Curio Crystal. It's pretty nasty as far as status effects go.
Move! Get
need a Incrumra. Cool.
Let's try this.
We're in New Mexico calling, I'll see what it was. We can still go ahead and Incrum Athena. Sacri Crystal, or she can just cast it. Well, she won't have the points for it. It's actually Curia Crystal. Let's do a regular attack. It is moons, there are 6 of them.
Moons, give me strength.
Yeah, I'll think about it. I'm doing okay. And then... Wait, did that attack just there? Did that undo Incrum? Or is it just something that's a debuff that stacks with Incrum?
Let's try this.
Accuracy down, so they can have both accuracy down and... That's rough. Oh, no problem. We really need like a party Curia. I think someone has a special move that does that, we just haven't unlocked it yet. Keep you on Curia and other things. Shit, this could be bad. Yeah. Yonk yonk.
Let's try this.
Curious to see how often they're like hitting everybody with this debuff. If we die here, I'll probably just come back once I get enough moonberries to equip that for her.
This should work.
I don't see the buff icon from Incrum, even though they should all have it. Did the enemy use something that dispelled my buffs as well? They've got a party heal yet either, an individual heals. I see. Venus still has hers.
Take that!
Holy shit. Yeah. Not screwing around there.
Let's try this.
Honeycomb? Oh, is that confuse? Lame. That's gonna be really rough to win on, I think.
Let's try this.
Time to just load now. she get? Right, let's see. He does legendary charge and then he does legendary punch, which is like a one-hit kill, probably even if they're defending. It's tough too. I could just have the whole party defend, which might not actually be a bad idea. It's defending is less bad in this game than other games since you're conserving SP to the next turn. Shit. There's that zing magic. And he casts healing spells. Targeting him first is the wrong decision. Alright, this is gonna take forever. We'll die eventually since he's healing. I'm gonna reset and we won't fight him when we get back into town. She had the Confuse ailment. Does it just wear off over time or something? We have to do some more shopping, but it should be fine. No, okay, I didn't see that. So we'd have to fight the ship guy again. I'm not gonna worry about it for now. Do you get any unique rewards for doing the generic ship battles? Is it worth doing? Save here when we come back this time. Not that we have time to challenge him too, so not a big deal. Colors, Paradise. Sometimes drop good equipment pieces for your ship. Gotcha. Not worry about it too much then. Interesting time. Alright, we're gonna stop at the inn, we're gonna stop at the item shop, and we're gonna get out of Dodge and go try to continue the story. Maybe we'll come back and fight that guy later when we have some more tools, particularly Fina's party debuff removal. Alright, thought maybe we got a Moonberry from that last boss fight. Oh, I see. Okay. I won't worry about it then. Alright, saved. My kingdom for some, like, signs on doors. Oh, I guess there is a sign on the door. Never mind. It's harder for me to interpret because I'm dumb. Does it mean item shop? Alright, let's get a bunch of these. Just that's fine. Just so I don't have to worry about either of them. I'll end up being unhappy about that later when I go to a new town and there's a bunch of weapons I can't afford, but I really like not having to worry about just using my items willy-nilly. Oh yeah, because you kind of have to walk in the right area to stumble on them, Kalak, right? The Cham, I think they're called. Discoveries are a really cool system. I like the whole idea of buying and selling information. It's fun. So, did my ship get a new capability that I missed? Since I missed last time that suddenly I was able to fly through stone reefs. I'm curious what's changed about the way I can navigate the world map since doing that last dungeon. Is there be a new place I can go to I couldn't get to before? Yeah, you don't have to just mash the A button everywhere, but think I forgot to heal the ship that time, but whatever, we should be fine. Oh right, because I have the new engine. That's what she mentioned. I remember now. We take her engine and then we can fly through the windy spot. Okay, thank you. That's kind of cool. I like that. We don't want to go to the capital. Might end up being like southwest. Yeah, if I can go find the dude. He's by Sailor's Island, is that right? That's what I remember at least. Are the air battles based on like where you are on the world map, or do those scale with your level as well?
Yeah. Over there. That was fun.
Only thing that scales is the bounty fields. I like the idea of having world map battles and only world map battles scale. But traversing the world map is less frustrating. I'm guessing there's no like power you can get in this game or item you can equip that reduces or removes the random encounter rate, right? Sailor's Island is northwest. So let's go. Looking for a mini map. What's up this way? There is? Okay, cool.
Moons, give me strength.
I feel like those kinds of accessories, if they're gonna exist as accessories, should probably be early game additions. I think you get like the Moogle Charm in Final Fantasy VI, but I think it's after the World of Ruin. Maybe you can get it sooner than that. It's pretty late in the game though. Oh, that's a clever name.
That was easy.
Hey, we got a Moonberry. Actually noticed this time too. I'm gonna save up to get one more. Should probably save after getting one of those. In case we do another stupid thing, fight a bounty and die. Southwest from here. Okay, I'll remember that. So that's southwest from the main town, but we still want to go back to the Sailor's township and turn in the fish. That's like due west of here. Yeah, right? So I think Bravely Default has the right of it, just making a menu option to turn the encounter rate down. Might be this guy here. This is him. Yeah, that's the first thing I go for in FF8, Calic. I did like that about 8. Diablos and just grind up to no encounters real quick. I think that's the same sound effect, or it's a very similar sound effect to what they use for the Moogle eating in the little Moogle sex minigame in Final Fantasy VII. Thanks for that. You can keep whatever the bird spits up. Sky Service. Hey Azavar, thank you for the host. I appreciate that. What were you streaming today? Throw a follow over Azavar's, Willie, if you would. Something's different about him. Oh, is he gonna transform or something? Thank you for the follow, Skyrim. Good to have you. Yeah, what were you playing, Ozavar? What game were you just playing before you jumped over? Welcome to new folks. Hey, I'm Marstead. I'm trying to beat every awesome game ever made live on Twitch. Monday through Friday, we're playing cool games like Skies of Arcadia, Zelda, Final Fantasy, Dark Souls, Dead Space, Ghost Trick. Check out the schedule. You go to games.marstead.com to see some of the titles we've already played, and vote.marstead.com to vote for the next game we're going to play. Ogre Battle 64 is 1 day per week. We gave a couple games running on the schedule at a time, so we'll be back next week. Fantasy 14, awesome. Remind me, you may have told me this already, Ozavar, but what class do you play? Yeah, I'll look what all these items are after this sequence. Counter Bracer. Oh man, I love counterattacks. Like, the number one thing I always want in these sorts of games is like the equivalent of haste boots. Boots of speed or what have you. I guess that's more important in a game with ATB, one of the ones traditionally turn-based like this one. But after that, counterattack accessories are pretty important. "14's a fun game to stream. Horizon box. There we go. Alright, let's take a look at all the items we just got. Oh, cool. So you're doing like blind playthroughs of some of the dungeons and content like that? That's really fun. Scholar's a good choice. I've been leveling that off stream. Increases power by 3. Common fish. Yeah, so what's the deal with the 50 fish we got from this thing? Some box is fragile, so we can use it to res people, but it eventually breaks. Boost the spirit of the entire party to heroic levels. Okay, so there's the awesome consumable item that I will never use because I need to save it for a later fight. Yeah, that spiky typed it just as I was saying it. Yep, never using that. Never, ever, ever. Not in a bajillion years. Give me 99 of them, maybe. Fills your SP to the full? That's crazy. Or them in the whole game, wow. Yep, tell me that. I'm never, ever, ever using that. Not in a million years. The side quest that requires Skyfish, okay. They heal you too or something? It looked like they were consumable. That's a pretty good one. Alright, so we want to go back to the town we were just in. It's over this way. It's Maramba, and then from there we're going to go southwest. Yeah. If you're new and just popped in, you can check your sphere point total, exclamation point SP, earning points for every minute you watch the stream. You can spend those points to vote for the next game we're going to play. Vote.marstead.com. Commands you can enter in Twitch chat that will trigger your vote, deduct your SP. Right, this is Maramba here, I think, and then they said that the next town is southwest of here. Alright, let's go. Oh yeah? I guess it would be nice to use on like that bounty hunter fight, but I'll probably just wait until I'm a lot buffer and have more tools. It's crazy how much at the end of the day, like, the advantage of leveling up isn't just having better stats, it's having more tools available to you. Stone Beaks. I could cast the Pyrus. I think it's going to be a waste of resources, though. Just everyone attack for a turn and then see what we can do after Casting buffs, man. Trying to... I think my favorite thing about Scholar Azavar is that, like, it feels like there's a really, really high skill cap. Like, you could always be playing a little bit more effectively. It's, unlike a couple other jobs, it's really difficult to DPS at your highest level while also healing effectively without letting your party die. It's very much improvements you can always be making at the margins. Whereas when I play Warrior, it's just like, okay, as long as I've got threat and I'm not dying, I feel like I've been successful. Kami's head is snapping around backwards somewhere out there on the internet. What? You're not... You could always be improving your Warrior.
That was fun.
And that it's very large, lots of random battles, so I guess we'll find out when we get there. Got someone's weapon isn't aligned with everybody else's. I'll try to fix it. Oh, this must be the wind wall. I see. Arizona's the South Ocean. This would be one of the most difficult places to sail through. Strong caution that blows from the west. Nobody's ever sailed through it. There's a three-mooner through here, right? Besides, we have Belleza's engine now. Oh, I'm so prepared for the worst. About to get the green crystal. So when we get the crystals as key items, they don't really actually do anything. Nothing changes when you have them. Just the bad guys don't have them, basically, right? Because you wouldn't be allowed to fly through here at all if you didn't have the new engine. I'm guessing you still don't want to drive into these cyclones. Yeah, I'll push it more when I do challenging content. I'm not really worried about it. I feel like Scholar, it's a lot more noticeable, like what you can do to move through areas faster by playing more effectively. It's less binary, like, am I alive, do I have hate? It's like, is everybody alive? How alive are they? How am I doing at MP? How much damage have I dealt? Oh, I should equip that counter item that I picked up. I forgot about that. Do it after this battle.
Here goes.
White Mage. Done.
We did it.
Does White Mage have a lot of, like, tough decisions from moment to moment? I guess I really like the feeling of switching in and out of Cleric, Stance, and Scholar, and that would be a thing for White Mage and Astrologian as well. But I often feel this pressure, like, oh, I could DPS for one more second, or I could heal somebody, and I could drop out and top people off. And I don't really feel that as a tank. It's like, you know, I could hold hate better, I could optimize my rotation and do slightly more damage and take slightly less damage, but it's not like this very fundamentally different thing of do I DPS or do I heal. I like that about Final Fantasy XIV. I thought that I wouldn't like the fact that healers are expected to DPS in that game. It's pretty unusual. WoW was all healing all the time. When did he lose all his gear? What the shit happened here? Whoa, I'm not cool about that. Glad I just noticed. Good lord, Drachma, what happened to you? And that increases his hit power. He's the one that we want to be counterattacking too. Excavation arm. Make sure everyone else got an extra weapon as well. Let's see. Nothing new here. They're all good. Okay, I guess that's all we... I got excited for a second that there were a bunch of other weapons that I didn't even notice. One thing I don't like is a lot of the like buffs and things in Final Fantasy XIV are extremely subtle effects compared to a game like World of Warcraft, where the buffs are really intense. Like, you know, like everybody's attack speed is doubled, or you get a 100% crit chance for a certain number of seconds. Usually Final Fantasy XIV is like, oh, your attack speed goes up by 3%, or your damage goes up by 5%. These guys hit really hard. I mean, I guess he wasn't healed, but... Is that just a death spell? They don't hit hard at all. They just instant kill you. We gotta get out of here. Alright,
We must run!
shit. They get a full round of attacks when that happens? I guess they only have enough MP to cast it once, but there's like 6 of them, so the chance of me game overing here is fairly high. Running isn't worth it, really? What does this do? Blesses each party member with regeneration. It costs way too much for what it does. Try casting some of my AoE spells, but... I want the XP, but I also don't want to get instant deathed. Try having them both cast fire and see what happens. Should probably switch to fire, like red weapons, so that Fina can get Pyrus. Oh, it decreases your ranking. Blaze it. Nice counter. I guess they do have low hit points.
Move! Give me strength!
Not a fan of random enemies that are just sitting on an instant death attack, you know? Yeah, that's not cutting it. Especially since his magic sucks. It just does 0 damage. Way to go, Drachma. Oh. Guess we'll just start punching dudes in the face then. Hope for the best.
Move! Give me strength!
For now, that'll change, hopefully. I think we were discussing that it's hard to think of games that are really long that aren't RPGs. What's a good 30+ hour game that's not at all in that category? That's not Lana.
Move! Give me strength!
It looks like we've won.
Ah, I got a Moonberry out of it. I just had I thought I just had Drachma attack. Maybe I got confused and had them both use a 0 damage move. It wasn't intentional. Alright, got all these Sakri crystals. Spend a lot of them in here. And go learn that new ability now for Fina. Lunar Cleanser. And if it included unconscious, broken. Let's save. Sandboxy stuff. Check the map after this right here. Yeah, I've gotten like 6 of them this playthrough. I don't think that's... We'll go with red for a bit. I don't think 6 is being too generous. I think that's actually pretty close. Oh, it does chain against. I guess it's a new weapon. Other one did not.
Here goes!
That's too bad. Is it 4? That might be right. He said it's like a 1% drop chance from just about every enemy in the game. Nice silence. Way to miss. Dang it, Vise. You're supposed to be the high accuracy character. Isn't that like the main role of the protagonist in these sorts of games? They don't really do anything special other than have a really high chance to hit. Can't give up, falls and dies. I'll try to have Fina land a Zing here after this. Aika's the high entry character.
Here goes! Move! Get me straight!
Don't miss, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss. No enemies, no enemies, no enemies. Alright. Someone out there still likes this. Thanks. I completely forgot about Delta Shield. Alright, good night Azavar, thanks again for the host. If you guys haven't yet, throw Azavar a follow. Infirm, which is pretty good. No! Okay, I'll just fly around here to areas that aren't uncovered yet. I'd like to pull you in. Let's see. Delta, yeah, it only costs 2, and it completely blocks all magic, you're saying. I guess I didn't appreciate, I thought it would, like, block damage from damaging spells, but not also ignore status effect magic, but that's cool. Kami, did you see that scary gif on Reddit today of, like, fire raining from the sky as people were trying to leave?
Yeah!
Wow, yeah, that's pretty scary. That's pretty much all of Rome.
Over there!
Oh, I think that Retro meant to say Completionist was shorter than main on How Long to Beat for the one data point they had. Oh, Delta Shield blocks all magic, including friendly magic? Okay. That's a bit balancing, at least. Quite as OP as I was thinking. Ow. Get him! 22 damage. It's been a pretty big news story over here as well. Sounds really scary.
Thank the moons.
area I live in is actually pretty at risk of wildfires. There was one, I think, like 6 years ago that wiped out a whole neighborhood of Los Alamos. There we go. No more being pulled around. I can stop and breathe for a second. You have found the Maroon Isle. Pirates betrayed their crew or captain. As punishment, they were abandoned on this island with only a week's supply of food. So fearful the pirates become on this island, its legend lived on in the song "We Are Pirates," even today. Do my best. Propagable. Did I just exit out the way I came, or is this must be a new area? It looks very similar to the entrance to Marambo. This might still be Marambo. That's okay, we uncovered more maps, so... That's one of the perils of an area where the windstorms are pulling you in different directions, and every time you get into a random battle, it's pretty easy to lose the direction you're previously traveling. I'm gonna stop in this town real quick and heal up again. I might try that boss fight a second time now that we've got more tools.
That wasn't so bad.
Everybody can cast Incrum now, and Fina can remove the status effects. I might go in there and just have everybody like focus on the first turn. I'll try one more time. There's a save point next to it. So. I think someone was talking about, was it Spiky? Maxing out all the jobs at the end game is pretty rough, and Bravely Second the way it wasn't for Bravely Default. At least if you're using that grotto with the BP, I think the problem is that the JP caps out at 999, and you have to go through like 15 chains to get there. But maybe there's a place later in the game where you can grind more quickly. Cool. Save it up. Now let's go try to fight this. Got all the resources this time. We're not going to target the big guy, we're going to target Rupee this time. Yeah, but if you get like a single battle that gives 99 JP, that's going to go faster than like 15 consecutive battles. I got turned around. They got into a bunch of random battles and spun around. That cracks me up. More JP in general to max them? Gotcha. There were a couple jobs that the very last step was like 99.99, but I think it wasn't all of them.
Prepare!
Yeah, it's tough. I agree, Retro. Actually, that was originally the plan, was let's try to break up the spreadsheet in some way so it's not just JRPG, JRPG, JRPG. And I was like, well, I won't actually break it down by JRPG. We'll go by the thing that makes them different. It's that they're super long. I think that's an effective approach. Big round of focuses. He's not going to get to focus this turn. It's a bummer. We'll do a round of Incrums. Dark Souls is longer than 30 hours, but you could call that an RPG, the XP progression system. I think it's more action game, actually. Dark Souls is a action RPG, not at all in the same vein that like Secret of Mana is an action RPG. It's a tough category.
Moons, give me strength.
Oh, that's not bad. But that's still, it takes a really long time, 3 hours.
Moons, give me strength.
I was confused last. That was the one character we don't want to get hit with the status effect, so she could remove everybody else's. God damn it. She didn't get to use her Incrim either.
Give me strength.
I'd love to play Epic Mickey. I was really excited about that game. I heard it wasn't as awesome as people were hoping it was going to be, but it still looks really good. Borderlands. Yeah, Borderlands is kind of like almost a like Diablo game. Well, someone's going to die at this turn, unfortunately. Don't think I'm going to be stopping it. Oh, what's up with that lasting for such a short amount of time? I'll have her Incrim herself. And then Drachma can Curia himself. Someone's gonna die. Oh no, he survived. Huh, that's surprising. Thought that was pretty much just a one-hit kill no matter what. Screw that noise, man. Oof.
Here goes.
Oh, that really sucks, Becky.
Strength.
That's shitty. I guess the last battle you can just not chain, but still. Okie dokie. Let's do some things here. Hit Rupee in the face. Sakris on Vise. Lunar Cleansing. 6 isn't that bad. I thought it was going to be more expensive than that. And let's attack Rupee in the face and see how it goes.
Moons.
Oh, I see. Because if you had them all in sync with each
Purify
other.
our souls.
Hear that, moves? Souls are totally purified. Ultimately, it would take less time, though. It would take more time to do it that way, I think, Mega Man.
Moons, give me strength.
Full heal, very nice. I think it's after he's got Incrim on him that it becomes a problem. Do I have a debuff spell that could potentially overwrite Incrim? And then he uses his legendary punch and it's just a one-hit kill, I think. Also try casting spells. Let's try that this time. The Molcast Crystallis. It might be silenceable too, that could be cool. Let me try that. I should have maybe opened with that. Forgot that I even had that ability. Yeah, capping it out at 999 JP wasn't super smart.
Give me strength.
Nope, that's not doing a lot of damage. I guess he's also
Give
defending.
me strength.
Yeah, it's only at the end game that it makes less sense. Still, I guess there's not really a compelling reason to cap the amount of JP you get in a given battle.
Moons, give me strength.
If we're talking it's 10 hours of really efficient grinding to max all the jobs at the end game, they probably could have made the cap like 99.99. Yeah, money in the lower grinding. Alright, so casting spells is not the way to go. I guess part of it's probably that he was defending, but what you gonna do? Casting Crim again. Check out Flies here. I'm gonna take Rupee down, this should be easy.
Take that!
Vise gets one shot, that's okay. Pick him up. God, he's just gonna do that all the time. It looks like Silence missed when I tried casting it, so that unfortunately is not an option.
Move! Give me strength!
She's just cast on herself. Okay, well I guess it undoes the status effect, probably. Drakma hits pretty hard. Try doing Delta Shield, maybe? I don't know. None of this seems particularly exciting as far as doing lots of damage. Come on, Raze. Don't fail me now. Also try saving up. Oh, I just realized I didn't appreciate that if someone's dead, you're not getting any SP from them either. That's okay. I think it's gonna force him to attack Rupee, which is fine. If I remember the mechanic correctly.
Back off! Alpha
Oh, that wasn't too bad. He's a really defensive character.
Give me strength!
Don't miss, don't miss. Come on, Zing, come on, Zing. God, it just hurts so much to miss with a Resurrect. It's, like I said, it's probably the worst possible thing I can think of to be tied to like a 50-50 coin flip of any ability in any game I've ever played ever. Let's focus this turn. This is an optional fight. If we lose it again, I'm just gonna not bother with it. It's too much of a pain. I mean, like, whenever you use an item, if you had a chance to miss. I guess it depends on what the item does. Resurrect is just something that I don't want to play around with. Use a Sucker's Crystal on himself. He's talking about using an item in general being worse, not specifically the Resurrect spell and the Resurrect item. Come on, Zing. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stand up. Good. Maybe there's a different graphic if it's going to be successful. It'd be nice if there was a way to know in
This
advance.
should work.
But do I want to waste them? Quote, waste them on this fight. Actually, let's have her Soccer Crystal herself. Trying to block him from using his stats down attack. Heal Barta, not yourself. Okay, that's fine. I don't really care about him. Once you go down, he shouldn't be as big of a deal. Because then I can buff everyone with Incrim safely, because he keeps overwriting it. Okay, Cutlass Fury hits pretty hard. I'm trying to think what else I could do to make this fight a little more tolerable. I could try just using the Delta Shield every turn. I should have enough for it. That should keep us from getting debuffed. It won't drop fatigue though, unfortunately. Someone's gotta get... Does she have enough? Okay, cost 6. Shit. Well, I guess that undid the Cutlass Fury. Are you serious? Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me.
Here goes.
Jesus.
Let's try this.
He heals himself and he gets to do the Berserk attack at the same time. Good god. This game is cruel. You know what? I'll give in. I'll use one of the boxes. Because it doesn't get destroyed after a single... Is it a chance for it to be destroyed, or do they have a finite number of uses before you can't use them anymore? Didn't take a lot of damage. I wish I could silence him. That would make this fight much easier. Well, I can defend during the legendary punch. He uses items too? Oh my god.
Let's try this.
I could try that, but the problem is that he just used an ability that is not telegraphed, as far as I can tell. The one that just one-shot Vies for 3,000 damage. To bounded range, okay. Oh, this is like Firaga. Watch this just one-shot the party. Not quite, but getting there. Do enemies have phase changes in this game? Because he certainly didn't cast that spell or do the 3,000 damage attack. Ooh, okay. Tackle could be the plan of choice here. Let's have everybody Sacred Crystal themselves and get some more SP to tackle again next turn. Hopefully they don't do anything particularly damaging here.
Let's try this.
Yeah.
Let's
Delta
try
Shield
this.
just blocks magic damage though. It wouldn't work on his legendary punch, right?
Here goes.
I could do a round, have everybody guard next turn, and then try to use the SP after that to like burst down Rupee. Kill someone again, here we go. No stopping it. He just hits so hard.
So sorry.
This should work.
Does it block item usage too? Okay, Pyrynn and Drill Nose. Drachma would die if he gets hit, even if he guards, because he's not at full health, so I'll use him with the Riselin box. Don't hit Drachma.
Take that!
Okay, that's fine. Alright, he survived with guarding. Good call, Kalak.
This should work.
What's he doing next? Alright, so we can Cutlass Fury Rupee. We can tackle Rupee. She doesn't really have an attack that hits super hard, so I don't need to worry too much about it. Try doing Delta Shield since it's cheap. Sakras, no, that's not worth it. Just use an item. Let's do a Sakras Crystal on Drachma, and then Drachma tackle, and you better not miss, dude. Yeah, no, I hear you, Spiky. I'm sure that if once I actually get the ability to cast Rise them, or I get like a single-use version of it, I'll be in a better position. Oh my god. Need you to hit. Not Vise. Oh, shit. Things were looking so well. I think I may have... What I'm curious is if you actually lose the SP when you select the action, or if it gets consumed after you act. And he's in a legendary punch next turn. Preserve every awesome way. Need him to go first too. So close. If he hadn't killed Vise, we would have had him dead. Okay. People gotta guard this turn to survive. Drachma might survive it, so I'll have him be on res duty.
Take that!
Okay. He's gonna heal himself this turn though, and then next turn I'll use tackle and he won't be dead. Cutlass Fury. You just go all out here. We'll use another Sacris Crystal on Drachma. He'll die if he gets hit by the big attack, but it's not what I'm worried about. Yeah, but I guess the problem is I don't know that Drachma is going to go first, so I want to have somebody up. Oh, I forgot that he charged last turn. Does he still have a hit point left? I think he survived.
Let's try this.
1 hit point. So it would be great if Drachma gets to go before Rupee, but I don't think that's ever happened. Hit Vise, hit Vise, hit Vise, hit Vise. That's not Vise! Okay, that's okay. Cutlass Fury is still going to go off with the 1 hit point that Vise has. Should be enough. Okay, we're not going to use the Rise Limb box anymore. It's not necessary now. We can start casting Manual Resurrect. Whew, screw this fight. How many hit points does Vise actually have? Can I not see that? Okay, I think this is correct. So we're going to use a Sakri Crystal on himself, and then she's going to cast Sakris on him, and that should top him off. We'll try to raise Drachma. Now no one should be getting one shot during guard anymore. Crap.
Here goes.
I have to start using the thing again if he's going to keep doing it. I thought he had to charge to use that.
Move! Give me strength!
I like hard fights in games. This is fun. This is cool that I'm having to really push, challenge it. Forcing this is. You go first. We can control for getting one shot. It's sort of. I guess one of the problems with the spirit system in this game is that if someone dies, like it's an anti-snowball effect. It just gets progressively harder and harder. Oh my god! Damn it! You gotta be kidding me. This is the nightmare of Dragon Quest VIII, of casting Zing like 5 times in a row and missing every time. He might survive with 1 hit point, maybe. Nope, he's dead. He was going so well in this fight, and then Ryzen failed twice in a row.
Move! Give me strength!
Just get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh my god. I hate you. It's over. He's gonna hit me. I guess he could charge up a move on himself. I gotta cast raise again. There's no other option I can try. I guess I can use the Zivilyn box to pick up Aika. Hope that he charges this turn. I guess he stops charging after a while. He just uses his attacks. Well, it was not worth the time investment. That's a bummer. Maybe his behavior changes when Rupee goes down. I quit. See the game over screen at least. Ugh. Yeah, I think that in the first phase before Rupee dies, he has to do a charge. He like broadcasts before he's going to use his legendary punch, and then in phase 2 he just uses it. That's fantastic. So the other thing you can try to do is try to kill them at the same time, but that's easier said than done. Do you get anything like significant for beating them? Is it worth doing? Dragon Quest VIII is actually the only Dragon Quest game I've played, so that's why it jumps to my mind of these hard fights where I cast, Zing 3, 4, 5 times and they just don't work. Not worth like an hour per attempt though. Drachma is probably closer. I haven't beaten any on-the-ground bounties. I beat the Blackbeard ship bounty. That was really easy. I don't know why they keep those games as hard as they are. It's usually like an artificial difficulty thing too. So working on getting Pyrus for
That was easy.
Cucumber was being facetious. Did find a discovery when I was in here, so that's cool. Open with Cutlass Fury now, that's kind of cool, but let's not. Let's open with immunity to death. Use everyone else's attack. That's a steal at 2 SP. Nice counterattack. Would have been nice to see you counterattack more in that, I guess he was almost never getting targeted in the Rupee fight. Curious what, oh, I should have cast the Delta Shield again, I forgot. Thought we would just go first and finish them off. I was incorrect. Oops. Get turned around, you're still going straight. Oh, and all their moves are like super moves. Sure. But once you come out of a battle, you have to be holding the button forward or you get blown back enough to get into another battle, it looks like. Jahan, I've got my bot set up now so that I can see whispers. Have you been having an easy time with Peek? Like, does Peek respond to whispers most of the time? They recently changed the whispers server, so I'm wondering if you've noticed it being down recently. For the longest time there, it would only work like maybe half the time. Actually, she can just use Lambda Burst. I'm gonna try Pyrynn and see what happens.
Fire consume my enemies! Lambda burst!
Hold the button forward this time, so you don't get into a perpetual battle sequence here.
Move! Give me strength!
Yeah. I really just need a way to consistently resurrect. That would have been fine in that fight if I'd gotten those 2 resurrect actions off. It would have been a bit of a problem.
Fun!
We were doing good damage. Sustaining okay. I hate it. It's gotta be one of the most toxic RPG mechanics. Yeah, as soon as I can buy them, I'll stack a bunch of them. Try to get in the habit of just remembering to cast this every time. Yeah, that's a long time dipping into silver, which I'm guessing doesn't have a ton of other super useful skills. Nice counterattack. I do. Actually, Andrew and I watched up through the end of Season 5, which I think was the intended ending to the show. Is that right, Sneakers? That's when the writer was done, and then they decided to keep going after that. I hear it's still kind of fun after that point, but I enjoyed it up to what was the natural ending. Okay, I don't have to cast Delta Shield again. I do want to cast like some special moves this time to actually kill them. She can do Lambda Burst that should kill them, I think. She gets to act in time anyway.
Fire consume my enemies! Lambda burst!
Really? That's interesting. Can't skip Lambda Burst. Oh, okay. I think I forgot the way that that worked. It's that they're immune to magic damage, but physical damage that doesn't miss works, so you could use Cutlass Fury.
Here goes!
Watched it on Netflix way back in the day. Like 4 years ago. So I remember a lot of the key stuff.
We did it!
Whoa, I didn't realize that you could skip upgrades with Moonberries. I thought that you had to progress down the line. Really? That's helpful information. Don't think I got turned around this time. I also am not really going anywhere interesting. Oh, I was talking about the animation. You're right. No, I got spun around. Sorry, Spiky. Delta Shield, let's try. I wanted to get Pyrus for her, and then we can switch her to something else. You have to be pressing the start button right as the animation starts, I think. Something like that.
Move! Give me strength!
Shelf Vise with one shot in. I think it's good that you're forced to learn the moves in order. You could pick them out of order, and that would be kind of a... You should read the FAQ to see which moves are garbage. Let me save real quick. We've been out here in the... Since I'm like running into random battles with enemies that can cast instant death, and I occasionally forget to cast Delta Shield, just in case. Yeah, right. That's what I'm looking forward to. No controller or memory card. You can get a GameCube. I think you could just plug GameCube controllers directly in the Wii, can't you? It's been a while. I've been using a Wii U pretty much since it came out. Bet you could find both of them pretty cheap online. Still do that. Just gonna punch somebody. Just gonna punch somebody. Right, Propagable. I always tell Andrea that I think of myself as a floating energy ball. I hate my physical form. Nothing about it that I like.
Give me strength.
Yeah, that's cool. That's true, you get GameCube controllers fairly cheaply. I think the memory cards aren't too bad either, they don't really take up shelf space. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. I remembered right after I said it. Well, not even just like I don't like the way that I look. That doesn't really bother me. It's more the things that you do in life that are strictly physical are not super interesting to me. Let's go. Right, the old Wii, pretty easy to get your hands on now. I gave mine away to my little sister after I got the Wii. Yep, this is a remake for the GameCube that I'm playing. It originally came out for the Dreamcast. I didn't know there was a mini Wii model. Miss Club Nintendo, those were good days. I can do Cutlass Fury and Delta Shield and Winter Glyph. Why not?
Delta Shield!
Really? I'm still sitting on 2 GameCube memory cards, aren't doing anything. I was gonna try to pick this game up, like a physical copy, but 2 things got in the way. One, right now there's not really a good way to stream GameCube games or Dreamcast games in HD. You have to use component cables, and it's not like on a virtual console or anything. Can't be played on a higher res console. And 2, the GameCube copy of this game is $150 at its cheapest on Amazon. Pretty big block. Yeah, Club Nintendo is pretty sweet. I'm set up for the new one. Like, I get all my points for using Tomo every day and all that. If you think I'm... Let's see. Let's do this Purist thing again. It worked out pretty well last time. Yeah, I don't like the points expiring thing. There's a lot of issues with it in general. The counterattacks always hit if they trigger. Seems like they might, but I'm not sure.
Moons, give me strength.
This is magic stat just isn't high enough to one-shot them. Always hit if they trigger. I think I'll just have Aika cast high risk next turn. I think she tends to act before they do. Sucks to be you. She tends to act much later, though. I think Aika has my highest speed stat. Yeah, I saw that.
Moons, give me
Quick, I think it's called in this one. Yeah, no, I hear you, Kipo. The digital purchase thing is okay for me. I definitely prefer to buy
That was
digital.
easy.
But I don't like them expiring. Cute. It's kind of fun. Pyrynn. Oh man, that's exciting. I can get that for everybody. Yeah, Crystallis was a strength. It wasn't working so well in the optional fight, but I think the Rupee has really high magic resistance. Still almost at 8, almost but not quite. Do I risk it? No, it's not worth it. We'll just attack Delta Shield Pyrus now. Super weak to ice. Gotcha. Cutlass Fury!
Move, give me strength.
See how hard she is here. Yeah, wow, there's a pretty big difference in the amount of damage she does. It's more than double Vi's. Except for what a shitty physical attacker she is. I hope she gets a special eventually that regenerates her MP. It's a silly thing to care about, but I really like games that give you an ability to endlessly regenerate MP in some way without having to use consumables or go to ends or the like. What implication does the fact that more anxious people pay more attention to threatening stimulus when given the time to choose have for anxiety? Can you... Aika and Vi's are actually both... They're in Valkyria Chronicles because of this game. I'm not sure... Does Aika talk very much in that, or does she just have a few one-off lines? Propagable, can you give an example of, like, some stimuli that might be provided? Like, which one is threatening and which... I'm assuming that's a choice between multiple? I guess I need to know, like, what the specifics or an example of the experiment would be. Same voice actress, too. Gotcha. Ixa'taka. Most people in this world do not even know that a continent exists across South Ocean. Discovery of this lush, rich continent with a long history has demonstrated the possibility that even more unknown doesn't discriminate. So wait. I wouldn't be surprised if the distribution of anxiety is like linked into it too, that it's not beneficial if everyone in a tribe has anxiety, but if like 10% of the tribe does, you know, everybody else benefits from them freaking out, and there's not individual drawbacks across the entire group. Angry face versus neutral face. All kinds of delicious things easier. Oh man, we're Song of Ice and Fire, Bravely Default now. Not going into detail about the specific names of the foods though. Hey, it's Surge's dad in the jungle. These little like hand-drawn scenes are so infrequent in the game, but they're kind of cool. Yeah, that's crazy. I've never had a memory card for any system die. I'm with Kalak. That's rough. Have you tried like not submerging them in water or like hitting them with hammers? I'm kidding. That sucks that happens. It's near here, right? I thought this was the island proper. Yeah, I think that's a good answer. Anxiety could be useful. I think it's only useful in a group setting, though. I think that it's more detrimental to the individual than beneficial. Actually, let's try casting this new Pyrynn spell. Although I'm guessing he does less damage with Pyrynn than Bina does with Pyrus, but just for funsies. Oh, the Wii can kill it?
Moons, give me strength.
My wife and Andrew and I both have pretty serious anxiety. I take, what's it called? It starts with Effexor for it. Actually, I haven't been taking it for a while. I'm doing okay with stream, but I get like racing thoughts, if that makes any sense. I don't know if anyone in chat has had anxiety before. The chemical kind. Let's try having Bina cast Furious just as a point of comparison. Basically, like a thought gets stuck in your head, and you just keep thinking it over and over, and you can't make it go away. You can't like dismiss the thought, so to speak.
Move! Give me strength!
And like taking meds, I still have bad thoughts, but they go away after I think them. They don't like stick like Velcro. It's like taking Velcro and flipping it to the other side.
That was easy.
You should totally do it, Yukupo. So here's a frustrating thing with anxiety and depression too. Like, I think it might be a little worse for anxiety, but there's this stigma about anxiety and depression medication. Like, oh, you should be able to function just fine without it. And then you're anxious about taking the medicine because of the social implication. It's like no. It would be like, if you've got a broken leg, someone wouldn't give you shit for getting crutches. It feels like it's the same thing to me. Yeah. It gets really bad socially for me. Like if someone comes up and just wants to have like a really like banal conversation, they just want to talk about the weather or something, like I just start searching for exits. I need to run. Fight or flight triggers. It's funny because it doesn't happen on Twitch. Like, I don't know what's different about it. I guess it's that I can take my time responding to something, and there's like an invisible hourglass in real life that's ticking down. Yeah, right. Well, there's a difference between like being a little bit worried and like having a chemical problem in your brain. Just like there's a difference between like being sad and being depressed. Depression, unfortunately, we use the same word. Like you might say, oh, I'm feeling depressed this week. It's not the same as like being incapable of feeling, which is what depression is more like, or being completely deprived of motivation. Yeah, it's a bummer, Sneakers. I know how it is. That's the problem, Retro. Like you were kind of making the same point I was, but you're anxious about taking anxiety medicine and you're depressed about taking depression medication, if that's the other thing. It's usually the same medicine. They're often linked problems. What kind of game is Steambot Chronicles? I haven't heard of it before. Yeah. I mean, there's an element to it where there's definitely like a circumstance. If you played Dungeons and Dragons before, you know about like circumstance modifiers, you know? Let's say that I have like a -10 on my don't be anxious check. And being on stream probably gives me like a +5 bonus or something, because I think the biggest thing is probably that if somebody says something in chat, I can take as long as I want to respond to it. There's not like an invisible timer on the screen that's counting down, where if I'm just quiet, people are gonna look at me funny. But I think that's where it can be really tricky. Like if you yourself don't have depression and you meet someone who does, and be like, oh, you know, just cheer up, the situation's gonna get better. It's like, it's not like a function of the situation. Like if someone's depressed, they're depressed all the time. Their brain is screwed up. They might have days that are better than others. Like, you know, if they win the lottery, they're gonna have a better day than if they lose their job. But in both situations, they're still chemically depressed. I think that's the thing that's tough to empathize with if you haven't experienced it before. Music-based robot fighter? Can't describe something like that. Oh man, we got the cool Skies of Arcadia flavor text back. Yeah, no, I suppose that's true, Propagable. There's a timer, but there's plausible deniability. Like, there's the very realistic chance that I was just focused on something else and missed what somebody said. And that could be actually what it was, or it could just be something that I didn't want to respond to, right? But you don't have that plausible deniability in a face-to-face human interaction. If someone says, hey, what do you think about this? And you just like stare blankly into space for a minute, something's wrong with you. I like the music in this town, I like the aesthetic, I like the townspeople. This is just a really cool area in general. It feels very different from the rest of the game up to this point. All the work they put into the like random town inspection flavor text. It's impressive. Yeah, I think that's something that people go to, like people that don't have a chemical problem, that will often make them feel better. And here's another thing with it that sucks, Sneakers, is that like, you know that people are just trying to help. So you don't, like, you have this instinctive reaction of being irritated when someone doesn't get it and says, you know, other people have it worse than you, but then you feel bad for being irritated because you know that they were just trying to help. And it's like a positive feedback loop. It keeps reinforcing itself. Atlas Heaven. That's a big vat of something. Is there anything actually in here, or just flavor text about sticky vats? Yeah, I think it probably depends on the person. Hey, Game Saucer. Yeah, this is, if you guys ever want to talk about like depression or anxiety issues, this is a good place to bring it up. I've got lots of personal experience, both like with my actual self and with, I've got family members that have it really severe. Like in the hospital severe. Yeah, I've had to cycle through a few, and some of them had like much worse side effects than the benefits. Just like general anxiety in non-clinical population. Oh, I can't go back up the line, doesn't make sense. I keep seeing those flying berry things, which makes sense in a floating island culture, but they remind me of the ones in Skyward Sword, and I keep wanting to take out my hook shot and jump to them. Another way to get out of here, right? That's a bummer, Game Saucer. Yeah, it can just destroy you. Ruin relationships. The apathy thing is the worst, like the complete deprivation of motivation. How do we go? Can I get out of here? Because I think if I exit through that door, it's just going to take me back. Like the slide just goes back down to the exit to the village. I am open to. I am lost in this pretty like pretty jungle village. The only thing that I see that looks like progress is a slide that takes me back down to the bottom where there's no exit. Where do I go to progress in here? I'll jump down it real quick. Oh, this is a different slide. Okay, that's what I didn't appreciate. I thought it was just gonna take me back down to the bottom. Thank you. It's probably something I can cross from the other side. I watched a cool video somebody posted recently about procrastination, which is pretty closely tied to depression. They're talking about how, like, when you're procrastinating, like, sometimes you do things that are supposed to be fun, like playing a video game, but it's not fun. It's like dark fun, because every moment that you're playing it, you're thinking, oh man, there's this thing I should be doing when I'm doing this instead. Sell me your weapons, dude. What the shit? To prove myself to you guys? Who earns... Does this shop have like a... no insignia or sign? Okay. Start checking this section. Yeah. I think it's a TED video. I can try posting a link to it if I can find it. You guys Google TED procrastination. I think he calls it the dark playground. Like you're doing something that should be fun and it's not, because in the back of your head you know you should be doing something else. And like, the thing that eventually gets you to actually do the thing is the panic monster. Gets to be like 2 days to the deadline or something and you know that you can't finish it and you get this sudden burst of motivation to finish it. The only thing I could do with that is to try to break up tasks into like mini deliverables. So instead of like, you know, upload all my Twitch VODs on Fridays, instead it's upload my VODs every day. I can deal with, you know, a daily task, but I can't really deal with a once a week task. I'll just put it off. And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and worse and worse and worse. Oh, Calic, sorry about that. I'll permit you here. That is the one I meant, yes. It's my bot. It's for people below a certain watch threshold.
Hey, you're fine.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's pretty standard. He even makes the point that like everyone's a procrastinator in some respect. The problem is he doesn't really offer a solution, Yukubo. He just kind of describes it. But it's nice to hear a problem that we all share described. That, no, you're not the one crazy person. Yeah, that's the point. I think he's actually talking about writing his thesis in the video, Leon. A Ganymede native posted it on Facebook. Blue Rogue under the command of Captain sent to me. To crash land here after a hurricane knocked us off course. Oh good, there's a Blue Rogue that takes in orphans. So you would have been the main character in this game if this were a standard JRPG where we're playing as an orphan character. Secretly a prince. Yeah, no, I know, Serp, and that happens sometimes. I have to trick myself into thinking that if I don't upload it today, something very bad is going to happen. As long as I can trick myself into thinking that, then I make it happen at the last second. Yeah, go for it, Mega Man, thank you. So I'm just old enough and just young enough that I was able to take like a proto online high school thing. I tried for my sophomore year of high school. I took this thing called Ecot. It was the very first year anyone had ever done an online school. Like, we still didn't have cable modems at the time. It was over 56K. And the way that they set it up, because there was no infrastructure, was that everything was due on the last day of school. There were no deadlines between the first day of school and the last day of school. So I did the entirety of my sophomore year in high school in the last 2 weeks of the school year. And those last 2 weeks were horrible, and I always ask myself, like, what would have changed if I had done all of that in the first 2 weeks and just skipped to junior year, you know, and not been miserable that whole year when I was dicking around. I think I was playing, like, EverQuest for the PS2 was the game, EverQuest Adventures or something like that, and Final Fantasy XI. Right, you think your approach is fine because you're acing it, but you still feel bad throughout the whole thing. Like, you don't get to have real fun along the way. Yeah. Oh, my thing is, like, it's totally imperfect. It doesn't actually work most of the time. 25 Sacred Crystals? Well, shit. I just have those sitting in a box. I just bought 99 of them. Very creative indeed. You don't feel bad along the way. Okay, that's not bad. I'm jealous on that one. It's like this looming specter. Yeah. Oh man, when I used to work, so I worked in the JP Chase mortgage call center during the subprime crisis. I hated every second of every day working there. It was abysmal. And part of the way I would deal with it is I made this, like, MS Paint thing that was just a bunch of 15-minute boxes that were red, and I would color a box in green after I survived for 15 minutes. I was able to break the day up into little chunks. That's a good mantra to have, Kalik. I'm pretty laid back in my day-to-day. I can definitely get lost inside my own head, though. Let's try riding this thing. This is how we got here. Well, technically I made it out of I did actually make it out of the call center. I ended up getting a job in user acceptance testing, which was not that bad, actually. It was a really good, cushy job. It was a job where most of the, so it was like technology sector, and most of my coworkers, this is the job where like I had someone who had their master's degree in project management but didn't know how to use copy and paste in their computers, so she had a task she had to do that was taking her like an entire week to complete because she was manually typing everything instead of copying and pasting. So I had a lot of tasks at that job that took a lot of my coworkers like weeks to do that I would do in like an hour, and then I'd have nothing left to do for the rest of the week. That was pretty nice. I lost that job because I was working remotely from California, and the CEO decided to terminate work from home arrangements. Yeah, it was pretty sweet. It was totally task-based. Outside of like meetings, I did have to dial in for meetings. Like some kind of caveman who has meetings. But I'd be, you know, playing Diablo, and then someone would say my name, like, Dylan? I'm like, oh, sorry, I was multitasking. What was that? The majority, I think, I would say probably about 1% of my meeting times were actually, like, worth the time of connecting. There are the ones from the east everyone's been talking about. This guy looks like Dulcim. You're from the east. You people bring disaster. Leave this village immediately. But why do you got this? So I guess he kind of has a smile on his face. Sort of a grimace. Ketya? Ketya means Gaijin, probably, right? Oh, wait, never mind. Giant came to destroy us. Ketya appeared and saved our village. Ancient prophecy that Ketya's messengers will come from the east and save us if our land is ever in danger. Save you? Why'd you say people from the east bring disaster? That's a really good question. Well, you came. Everyone thought the queen was something. Even the king came to greet them. Well, look, we're not Valuans. We're not those kinds of douchebags. We're an entirely different kind of douchebag called the Blue Rose, and you guys aren't rich enough for us to rob, so don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Took control of the Sacred Mountain. Yeah, so I guess you don't trust us because of the Valuans. That seems very reasonable. That seems fair. So far, Vise has been pretty good at convincing people and stuff. Maybe we'll luck out here. Oh, he gets a line. This guy's pretty gnarly looking. I like his eyebrow clamps? I don't know what the hell you would call those things. They're neat looking though. Eyebrow charms, maybe? So clean. So soft and furry. We already stayed the night, right? Let me double check here. Yeah, everybody's all maxed out. Okay, a random thing to throw out there. Yeah, man, Vise is like, he's got preternatural charisma. He's like Purple Man from Jessica Jones. He's like, I know you hate us, but have you tried not hating us? And they're like, whoa. Never thought of that before. Yeah, he's super trustworthy. He needs a trustworthy beard. That's pretty lacking in JRPG protagonists. Everybody's like 16. No one's old enough to have a trustworthy beard. I hear a beeping. It's probably up a little bit higher. But I guess Final Fantasy 12 you play as, like... Bosch is supposed to be the main character, but they introduced Vaughn. Who's got a robust beard in a JRPG who's like a main character? I think we can probably think of one if we try. Bosch was the one that jumped at me. Not Chrono. Oh, God. I am Tika Tika. My eyes are sharper than the birds. I am proud of my eyes. Yeah, show me. Show me. Sit in FF4. He's not a main character though. And like Chrono, Cecil, it's obviously not Terra, Butts, Cloud, Squall, Dane, Tidus, the original Warriors of Light. I guess you could say Galef. Yeah, that's fair. He's not like the main character, but he's important enough. Northern Sky, there is a Golden Man. So lots of games will have like a party member that has robust facial hair. I mean, this game even has Drachma. He's the fourth party member. But I can't think of one where the main protagonist. Even like, what am I thinking? Lost Odyssey. You play as a dude who's 1,000 years old and he looks like a clean-shaven teenager. Galef was a really cool character. Final Fantasy V is a really good game, isn't it? We already beat it on stream. Played the SNES translation from back in the day. Just does a lot right. Where's the shortcut to get back to the exit? I wonder if now that I've talked to the dude, if I can go to the weapon shop. Go try. I think 12 is probably the closest, where Bosch is technically the main character, but you're playing as, you know, the camera that rides Vaughn. That's right, you're gonna help me, you know it. Ooh, upgrades for everybody. Actually doing pretty well on cash too, despite buying all those consumable items. It's a pretty big hit percentage though. Minus 40 hit percentage. Not gonna, doesn't seem to be worth it. Miner's overalls, fiber robe, golden armor. It's just a flat upgrade for the two of them. Cool. How about fiber robe? Guess that's as good as it's gonna get. Maybe I won't get the one for Aika. Well, it's a pretty big magic and main defense boost, so I'll go ahead and take it. They did you guys see the, maybe you guys already mentioned this and I missed it in chat, but there was a bonus feature at the end of the Breaking Bad DVD collection that was like Hal wakes up in bed. I had this strange dream. I was a meth dealer. Is the other person a merchant too? Sure is. What you got, Kiski? 50% chance. No, thank you. Well, I'm good. Might want to max out and see how much it is. That's an acceptable price. Probably not going to use that many of them though. 50 is probably good enough. How many do I have right now? I have 8, so 42. Breaking Bad's such a good show. If you haven't watched it before, oh my goodness, like, it's kind of hard to watch some, like, more standard TV. Like, there's a show called Scandal that's the opposite of everything Breaking Bad is to me. It's like tell, don't show storytelling. Some of the best stuff that Breaking Bad does is just it assumes that the viewer is smart and can figure shit out from context. It doesn't stuff things in your face. I can't recommend it enough. Should be good on Sucker's crystals. I thought something would change here after I talked to the Elder. So the Elder said he's happy with us being in town, and that opened up the weapon shop to me. Is there another like hut that I can go to? Oh, I can go back and look real quick. I've only watched the first 2 episodes, Yukupo. We started watching it at the same time as Daredevil and finished Daredevil first. We'll probably get back into it. I really liked the first season of Better Call Saul. I liked it just as much as Breaking Bad. While I check for these sacrum crystals, is there another place in this town that I can go to that's unlocked now that I've talked to the Elder? Oh, it was the other NPC. Look. Merchant. Weapon guy. Okay, alright. 1,000 HP for all allies. I thought it was just like a bigger Sacros. So I think I just want to give everyone green weapons until somebody learns Sacros. We'll buy one of them for now. Keep it in our back pocket. That's pretty cool. It's super expensive though, so I guess it just means it's more important that I learn that spell for party members. Yeah, I wonder if you can read Homestuck without reading the little like text conversations and get anything out of it. Probably not. But I hear your point that because there's an overload, there's still something that you have to figure out as the viewer. You still have to be smart and paying attention. Just the shop. Okay, so I can get out of dodge, then move on to the temple maybe. Not insignificant though. Get some pretty sweet items and a bunch of gear upgrades. Makes me tempted to go fight that bounty again while in the ship, but probably not going to make enough of a difference. Is there a way for me to make the ship go down? Not without doing a spinning thing, I guess. Right, that's the busted down ship. The dude we were talking to. As high as we can fly right now. That's true. We did get into like 10 random battles with dudes that could cast instant death on the way here. Do we get a teleport ability eventually? I guess, I mean, read Homestuck, and read everything, like read the text below the panels, but not the instant message conversations. That's what got tough for me to keep up with it, is that they got to be so long eventually that... Easy way to go back. Okay. Yeah. The forest. Oh no! The Empire's already been here. Bummer music. Gotcha. Right, I like the way that they do that. God, the arm on that crane just looks like a dude spraying pepper spray. This is Loco, you know, this guy's a weirdo. Anyway, I was gonna say, I like the way that they gate the world from you in this game. A lot of games will, like, it'll feel a little, forced. Like, you know, oh, here's the hovercraft that can only cross shallow water. What about that? Just so happens that the way the world is laid out, that lets you get to this one specific cave. But I like that this one is, you know, you're upgrading your ship over time. Now you can fly through the stone reefs, now you can fly higher, now you can handle bigger winds. It's the one vehicle, it's cool. And it's more like the capability of your ship is what informs where you can go, and not the other way around. Oh, really? I didn't realize the world map would zoom out as you get access to more stuff. That's cool. This guy is kind of special. An Otto Octavius looking motherfucker with the smiley face bubble thing on his head. Well done! What? Exclamation point, bad pun. Yeah, I like that a lot, Yukipo. Twisted Cycle would do this. It's Kata, I mean, the Loco. Oh god, I think we saved before we did this, right? I'm pretty sure we did. I don't remember the last time I saved. Just in the interest of not losing all that time we spent in the town. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna end up having to save state before we end today, I think, anyway, but the plan is to not use this. Invincible Chameleon. Oh, you get to retry on the ship battles? Okay, that's good to know, Calic. I'll keep that in mind for next time. Thank you. Focus. Focus. My focus is all focused. You see the difference between the 3-inch blaster and the 3-inch cannon? You have to check that outside of combat, I think. Blaster's the newer one, so... Oops, I should have made that attack twice. I think when I lost the optional battle, it gave me an option to retry. Yeah, there was one that I had earlier, actually the one immediately before this one. The big red Gigas. Not that fight, but the fight immediately after it with the Lady General. Blaster's more powerful. Yeah, I really like the ship battles in this game. It's a really cool action. The only thing that I might change, if I could change anything, would be the ability to, like, fast forward through it. Playing Bravely Default and Bravely Second kind of spoils you, you know? There's a lot of just watching the ships, like, bank from side to side. That's a lot of cannons. Incrum, actually let's have, we'll have What's-Her-Nuts use Incrum instead. ahead, Kelly. Later, Propagable. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time. The 3-inchers are stronger? Just because they attack twice? Yeah, that sounds awesome, Propagable. I'd love to hear more about it. Oh, you can silence in that fight? Do you have access to use that magic yet? I guess that doesn't count as offensive magic, does it? It's like Ingram. That arm is so cool looking. Congrats, Game Saucer. You're getting really close to your custom badge. Do you have a game sprite in mind to use? Alright, let's do Sacri. Actually, we'll do Sacris. Yeah, maybe over here is fine. She can cast Sacris. And then we can do 2 guards here. You can silence your magic cannon, that's really cool. 18 by 18, I can resize it a little bit if you want. If you can't find one that's exactly that size. Yep, any game you like, 18 by 18. So like the Mega Man power-up that Mega Man has, you can see on the stream, it's 18 by 18, an idea. I think a couple people have like Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 4 characters, which are a little bit too big, but I can chop them up a little bit to get them to fit. Nice harpoon cannon. Not a one-shot that time, though. Remaining attack should have handled it. Is the harpoon cannon only available in these, like, big ship boss fights, or does it show up in the random generic battles as well? Yeah, you can pose Moogle as the top of Mog. Cool. Now I will kill you. Generic battles too. I see. Definitely feels like a let's get this over with mechanic, because it does just ridiculously more damage. Off balance. I really think when they say turn before the attack, they don't really mean turn before the attack. Okay, so I could maybe kill him this turn if we focus fire the cannons, but I kind of want to save for the other thing. We've got pretty buff flame retardant asbestos sales. Like, Drachma has pretty nasty lung cancer, but he'll survive the length of the game. How many JRPGs take place over more than like a couple months? Outside of like Rupee and 2. And I guess technically Final Fantasy 6, right? Years pass after the big thing happens. Just enough to do our thing this turn. Magic of healing. Yeah, it's one of those abstraction things. I think if you're trying to imagine the story of Skies of Arcadia in your mind's eye, I think that realistically your ship dodges almost every attack, and like hit points are an abstraction of your motivation to keep pushing forward. When you take damage, what's really happening is you're dodging and losing motivation. Because right, a single one of the hits from one of those cannons would just blow your ship up. It is a good movie. I enjoyed it, Yukipo. I felt like it should have been a 10-hour like mini-series instead of crammed into a 3-hour movie. It would be nice to have spent a little bit more time with this story. But some of the stuff it does really well. Let's see. We could probably kill it. But I feel like we should heal before it's volley here. We'll have Drachma do the firing. So their stats actually affect the damage depending on who you choose to launch the thing. Yeah. And when Sephiroth casts his meteor spell, Supernova, that blows up all the planets multiple times, and then does like 1,000 damage to you. Yeah. Exactly.
Harpoon cannon, fire!
When he says harpoon cannon fire, it sounds like it's like from an arcade game. I like it. Womp womp. See what happens to Loco. See what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps. Captain Stripe. Do you get Captain Stripes for beating the generic ship battles as well? I don't think so, Kevin. I think it can actually one-shot your party. Maybe it brings you down really low. I've never wiped to it, but I've also never beaten Final Fantasy VII without being way over-leveled at the end. Oh, that's kind of cool then. Only story ship battles give stripes? Okay. Okay, I can use Cena for that in the future. I'm pretty much just having her block. I like that though, that's cool. Drachma should pretty much always be the one to do the harpoon, I take it. Got about 2 minutes left. I don't think we're going to get to another save point in that time, so that'll be good. We started a bit too. Cool, so thank you everybody. Reminder, I'm Marstead. I'm trying to beat every